name is Mazi Ukafomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Ukafomefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, he is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Okukano, the king of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. Mazi Okukano is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Omuahia. Omuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. By the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I remain George Onyeibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we will go ahead to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kikabiama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. The one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. He is the lifting up of our head, and of course our help does not come from any man. We do not lift up our eyes to the hills nor the mountain, but from the Creator who made the heavens and the earth. And so in my humble way this evening I say to him, Anye na jage mau nihina imara mahi ihunanya nenage ubiomage o juru anyanya dadio inwe ge mgbanwe o di onye dịka gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we go to our topic this evening. Of course, on this segment, our team remain back to your root. Back to your root. I understand most of us have difficulties in trying to absorb this truth. But honestly, I must tell you, at the end of the day, you will be left with no option. You will surely go back to your root. A lot of people in time past have tried to define it based on what they feel, based on what they think it should be or it should not be. And of course, I'm not here to persuade you. I just want to remind you to bring your attention back to one simple thing. Back to your root is go and find out how your father survived. How our ancestors, our father and their father before their father before their father survived. They have always been Fulani man there. They have always been Hausa man there. They have always been Yoruba man there. And we have always been there. How did they survive? Because not until we go back to our root, a lot of things are going to be happening the way they happen. Today, we the Biafran people can boast. We develop every city in Nigeria. But sometimes we should be ashamed of ourselves. How many buildings does Hausa man have in Enugu? How many buildings does Fulani man have in River State? How many buildings does Hausa Fulani have in Delta State? We are only the wise one. But because they stick to their root. And there are a lot of things, not until we go back to our root. Whether they are evil, whether they are good, according to your perception, it is very important. We find out why they did what they did. Because someday somebody is going to tell your father that you are your children, that you are evil. And your children will believe, because after all, you believe your father and your grandmother that they are evil. And so when I say go back to your root, the best thing you can do is relax your mind. Let it be a moment of sober reflection. Try and find out why they did what they did. And then maybe you begin to see more light than you can imagine. Having said that, our team remain back to your root. And our topic this evening on this series is simply titled, Some of the Things We Need to Know About the Sanity and the Sanctity of Our Ancestors. You need to know all about their sanity and sanctity. And of course, the grammar is a bit complicated. So let's break them down one after the other. First of all, we look at sanity. Sanity is important. Or rather, it is important we understand the meaning of all these things. Sanity is the ability to think and behave in a normal and rational manner with sound mental health, reasonable and rational behavior. All of them are still the same grammar, but let me see if I can rewind it. Sanity is when you have the ability, the power to think and to behave in a normal and a rational manner. When they talk about sanity, it is your ability to think. You have to think first of all. Some of the problem we have is our inability to think. We just want to look at everything white and black, blue and black. No. We should be able to look at something, have a deep thought about it, forensically look at every matter. And the moment you have this ability to look at issue forensically, you will be able to think beyond even the person who is carrying out the behavioral act. It's not just about thinking, it is also about how to behave. There are a lot of people you see, you look at them, who is intelligent man, who is a fan, but they don't have character. They don't have sense. When you talk about sanity, there is a way our ancestors behave. They think properly and they behave properly in such a rational manner which projects sound health. And then if we go further, of course, in the course of this study, you will understand what I'm saying in its totality. When you go back and look at that of sanctity, sanctity is the holiness or sacred state of anything important. Sanctity is the holiness or sacred state of something that is important. An example of sanctity is the importance of marriage, the sanctity of marriage. Everything about us as a people, we are sacred. You don't take anything common. Today, in a modern day Biafran society, we take everything common. No, there is no form of sanctity anywhere again in our land. Only very few people observe it. And so what I'm trying to say in effect, or what we are looking at this very study, is to understand how our fathers were able to develop the ability to think and to behave in a normal manner with a sound mental health. And at the same time, why they held certain things sacred in our land. A lot of things were held sacred by our ancestors. I do not consider this definition. I do not expect all of us to agree with this definition. But I want us to focus on the principle that can be put in place except there is no other embodiment of law and order alongside this principle. What I'm trying to say in effect is that as far as these two, as far as there is sanctity and sanity, every other principle that we find manifesting in our land regarding law and order, every one of them, I can assure you, lead us to a certain stage where our life is respected and everything about us remains normal. To enable us understand this principle and how it manifests and how it can function efficiently to enable us live as a people, I will want to go down a little bit to enable us understand where I'm going to. The grammar is too big. I'm just trying to see how I can break it down. But keep your mind on sanctity and sanity. For instance, the issue of stealing was minimal, and such that gets involved was considered cost. Well, you want to look at the issue of sanctity. in the ancient days, there is no armed robber. Believe me. In the ancient day, during the time of our ancestors, there is no armed robber. But people do have gun. I remember as a child, if you are arrested for stealing, what you used to hear is burglary, breaking and entry. And I remember in the community where I was brought up, if you go to a police station, they say, what is your offense? He say burglary or breaking and entry. It look like you have destroyed the whole world. You are considered a cursed person. You are considered a cursed person. I'm not telling you, they told me. As a child, all the houses in Abo, Urugodo, none of them have key. None of them have key. But of course, they have door. There is one rod that looks like iron. It is curved as the moon. Then they put a hole by the door. We will take this rod and pass it through the hole, connect it inside the house, and use it to move the boat. That is how we open our door and we lock the door. I remember vividly well that when we are going to school, we use this boat to lock the door, and there is a hole on top of the door. We keep the key there. The next neighbor will see us keeping the key. Somebody who is passing will see us keeping the key. But do you know nobody comes to steal? If I stay back and I begin to imagine, these people were wealthy, but there were no need to steal because of the sanity and sanctity of our community, a character developed by our ancestors. I'm trying to break it down so that you understand what we are trying to say this evening. If you were caught stealing, I'm not talking about London, no, I'm telling you Biafra land, Abo, where I come from. For instance, most communities in Biafra land, except Fulani herdsmen, have destroyed the sanctity of our community anyway. You go to the farm, you harvest yam, for instance. It could be cassava or any other farm crops, farm produce. You will heap it on the main road while you are waiting for vehicle to convey it to maybe the marketplace. What you do is you take a stone, like in my village, you take a stone, you put it on top of the cassava or yam, and you walk away. The moment somebody see that stone on top of that cassava, nobody touch it. No armed robber, nobody. It can stay there 1 month and get rotten and decay there. Nobody will touch it. That is sacred. They have this mindset. In those days, the thought of going to robbery is not there. That was because the principle of sanctity and sanity was in place. But let's look at the society we find ourselves today. 90% of the people in Nigeria, they use German hammer. There is a door known as German hammer. That is what they use. Door so strong that even armored tanker cannot pull it down. Modern day thieves don't even break door again. They just break your wall and enter. But the point is, what is the difference between us now and our ancestors? The absence of sanctity and sanity. We'll move ahead to the second one there. I'm just trying to create a background for us to appreciate some of the value that have been missing from our life that our ancestors have. How do they manage a society without armed robber? I'm talking to Biafrans. I witnessed that time. Today, when you see our house, you see first protector, second protector, another burglary, then another German hammer door. Different door, only one house. And if you check that house now, only bag of garri, some people even change their pot of soup. They will chain it and padlock it. How did we get here? The essence of sanctity and sanity. But they are telling you, your fathers are evil. The ancestors are evil. The ancestors are evil. Don't mind them. They are evil. They were evil in their way. But in their time, where I come from, there is nothing like armed robber. In fact, I know one family that was accused of having stealing in their blood. Nobody goes close to them. I won't mention their name. But even at that, maybe it's a mistake. But the whole community see them as people who have stealing in their blood. Because they considered a lot of things sacred. The issue of rape and infidelity was hardly noticed in the society, and those that are caught in the act are considered cursed, and a great consequence awaits their action. In those days, maybe at the age of 11 years, I was still wearing pants they draw Superman or football. And when rain start falling, we just pull out the whole trouser, jump inside rain, start bathing. Some of the girls are older than me then, and I'm older than some of them. We pour water on the passage, we swim inside. We are referred to a village, we are villagers now, Abi. But I cannot remember. In fact, I cannot comprehend what it means to rape a woman. I just cannot figure it out. Most of you will think that these cultures and traditions have disappeared. It's a lie. They are still very much intact in many remote villages in Biafra land. Of course, where you have the sanctity and the sanity of the community intact. I have said this before. I went to an island in Bayelsa. And when we got to this island, I saw grown-up ladies between the ages of 20 and 25. All of them were naked, bathing in the public stream. And when the boat took us to that end, I looked at everybody in the boat and they didn't notice anything. I looked at the side of the river there. A lot of adults were there. Everybody was just minding their business. And there are big girls, naked, bathing inside the water. And I was like, you don't mean it. What I'm saying should be maybe 3 years ago. Is this still possible in a place like this, in a generation where we are sexually embarrassed? And then grown-up men are looking at grown-up women naked, bathing, and can you tell me there will be raping in that community? And of course we understand this generation is sexually embarrassed. Why did I say so? If they want to advertise St. Maurice, they bring naked girl. They want to advertise tomato, they bring naked girl. They want to advertise even Bible, they will bring naked girl with painted lips. But I saw it in Bayelsa. I watched them, maybe they will be shy and to cover their breasts. They didn't even notice me. We went and we came back and we left. That is because there is still sanctity and sanity in that community. These were the attributes, the character of our ancestors. And then you can imagine somebody coming from that community and say, they raped me or they raped me. It's impossible. Our ancestors has reason. They were where they maintain all those things. That is one. For instance, as I'm speaking to you today, it took so many years after my marriage before that ideology left my head. We don't sleep with people's wife. We forbid it. According to my culture, when you go and have an affair with another man's wife, sudden and dangerous death awaits you as a man. And of course, it's written in the Bible. It said, do not go unto another man's wife. For you do not light a fire in your bosom and expect them not to burn you. That is the fate of any man who goes on to another man's wife. You don't do it in my place as a man. And when you have poison, motor accident, some mysterious death affect somebody, the first thing they ask you is, did you go on to another man's wife? It is impossible for a man to do that. Today, I can assure you, without any form of shying away, being economical with word, we all know what is going on today. How did we feel all these things? Because they all have transcending effect on every other thing we do. If a woman decides to go about and bring in Yoruba or Hausa son out of infidelity, this is what will happen to them. According to my culture, if the man know the wife is moving up and down and he still feed from the man's table, the man will die. If the woman deliberately continue to have affair outside the matrimonial home, according to my tradition, the first son will die. And if he did not repent, the second son will die. And if he does not repent, the third son will die. And so when in my place, first son die, second son die, third son die, they know what is happening. In some community, they will go mad. Most community in Benue State, if their wife go out of the marriage to have affair outside the marriage, most of the community, the woman will go mad. We are coming, no? And so that time, there was no need for infidelity. There were rules that guide everybody. No, there was no need for it anyway. I'm trying to make you understand what is sacredness, sanctity. Today, what have our life become? Because these things we are just looking at, child's play, they have destroyed the very fabric foundation of our existence as a people. Let us continue. Number 3. The issue of visiting specific village side like market, the river, the farm required divine principle which you are not allowed to violate. You know, somebody will say, oh, how does this thing concern the Biafra we are looking for? It does. We will come there later. A lot of things are hold sacred in terms of visiting market. There are some markets, they tell you that this market is every Tuesday. This market is every Wednesday. This market is Eke Nkwo. This market is so day. They don't want to see you in that market, outside that market day. There was a reason. Some markets are called night markets. They don't go to that market daytime. There is a reason. There are guides or rules that governs every community. They have sacred sites. We used to hear evil forest in those days. What do you know about evil forest? All this land were sacred. They served a very vital spiritual role. They play a very vital spiritual role in our society. You look at river. You don't go to every river. For instance, when I was a child in Abo, we have many rivers. We have Iyinwako. Iyinwako is a river that accepts everybody. Man, woman, everybody can go to that river. It doesn't forbid anything. And then there is another one, Iyimeri George. You are welcome only woman. You don't want men inside. Some river, they will say, do not spit inside this river. Some river forbid you from urinating inside. Some river forbid stranger from entering. Some river forbid indigenous from entering. Now, if you are listening to me now, you are in Abo. Go to Lagos Asaba Road by Uromi Junction. There is a river there. It is called Iyakon and Iyekbe. Iyakon and Iyekbe. Iyakon is black water. Sorry, Iyekbe is black water. Iyakon is white water. The Iyakon that is white water flows. But the Iyekbe that is black water does not flow. But they are sharing common boundary. It is forbidden to go and bath in this one and then come back to the other one. You will be dead that day. I'm not telling you test by moonlight. It's still in Abo there. These were sacred water sites. These were knowledge beyond our understanding. But because we say, oh, it's our tradition, it's evil, forget about it, leave it, move ahead. And so we neglect them. What I'm telling you, they are still lying down there. If you are listening to me now from Abo, just go to Uromi Junction, stroll down towards Mr. Biggs. You will see the bridge there. I'm not going to talk of Iyorugudo. But these areas were considered sacred. I can tell you throughout I grew in the village there, in Abo there, till I got old. I have not seen anybody walking, taking bath in that black river. We can only look at it. Even to go there and kill fish is sacred. But of course, on the white one, they cook hot drink there, kai there, they sell water there. Life is normal. These are sacred sites. We have burial ground. Not everybody is allowed to be in burial ground. In fact, you are not supposed to be in burial ground except you have assignment. But some people say, no, it doesn't mean it's a burial ground. But you do not understand what it means. The reason the land of Biafra has not vomited us as a Biafra is because most of us, our umbilical is buried on this ground. And then the Fulani are coming to bury their own umbilical in our father's land. But we will get there anyway. And so what I'm trying to say in effect is, I want you to go back, find out this sacred art. And then you find out why your ancestors keep to those very doctrine. And then you understand why they survived for a very long time. Visiting a lot of sites is very sacred. People tamper with what they don't know. Today there are trees they say don't cut. The first thing your pastor or Yoruba pastor will tell you, oh, this tree is the community feel evil. This tree is what is killing the community. Let us cut it down. They will do deliverance. They will cut down the tree. Don't you know that in some places in America, if you cut down tree, you will go to jail? America may not project their culture the way we do. But I know in many communities in America, for instance, if you cut down tree, you will go to jail. You don't even have right to trim the tree without taking permission from government. But we are here doing miracle, delivering ministers, prophet and prophetess, cutting all these trees down. Don't you know they have a role they play in our community? Go to every community in Biafra land. They have a specific tree they use for boundary. It will amaze you that those trees don't grow anywhere except where there is boundary. Go to your village, find out the tree you people used to make boundary, land boundary. Watch that tree, it hardly grow in another location except where there is boundary. You think God is joking? You think our ancestors do not understand who their creator is? Where I come from, there is a tree we use for boundary. We call it Eshishegbon. Oshishegbon. You hardly see that tree growing anywhere. Anywhere you see that tree, it's a boundary. Alingoke. But all these sacred things, they are no longer there. Some people who still have it in their ancient site, in their land, community land. The moment you buy it, the next thing they cut the tree down, they put beacon. Then when you move out, another person will adjust the beacon. But all these things have a role to play. It prevents enemy from invading. It prevents people from defiling our land. It has so many benefits. But if you do not know how they function, they say, oh, that tree is evil. We cut the tree, the community are going to, all of you who did family deliverance, who have cut most of this tree down, how market? I'm just trying to create the foundation to enable us to go deep into this study. But some of these things, most of you have forgotten. We look at the fourth one there, the issue of worship. The issue of worship, religion of our ancestors. They have a way to worship. Our ancestors have a way to worship. Native doctor does pray. I want you to go home. Look at all the native doctor, those one they call witch doctor or evil doctor. Look at all of them. They pray. Find out who they are calling when they are praying. If you are open-minded and follow them, you will see they pray. I have an uncle that is a native doctor. Very old uncle. He's a junior brother to my grandmother. I don't know how to call it, whether it's uncle or, but very old uncle. He's a native doctor. And as a native doctor, when we go to his house, I see his shrine, I see everything. We call him Obebulu. And he prays. I was close to the man. He prays. And each time he pray, this is how he pray. Onyeibe unyakelu igwe lale. You can backward the kunu anyefe na arose anyefe ni hole anyefe ni hun anyefe ni hun. Onyeibe igwe lale ama you can refi. Itahi gwa mora maka ni potiem wili oge wili manya ni here mason yenyi. Then they bring out native chalk and blow and blow and blow. I'm not hearing them calling Satan or Lucifer. What is simply saying, the creator of heaven and earth, thank you for bringing me to see today again. I bring before you drink offering and fruit offering. Accept it that today that is a K unko or for Oye, that he may be well with me. But I'm not going there now. I am telling you that they have a way they worship. Because the way they worship is not the way Oyibo worship. We say their own is safe. Now, let me tell you something. When we say you are praying, our ancestors never prayed for themselves. They don't pray for themselves. Our culture and tradition does not allow us to pray for ourselves. We pray for people. We decree. The difference between praying and decree. Praying is begging. The father can pray for the children. But when it concerns him, he decree. In fact, it's difficult for a father to pray for children. For their children. They decree. They can pray for the village. O creator of heaven and earth, protect our village. Help the poor, help the widow, take care of all of us. God, we are looking at you. No father goes to this, no son go to the father and say, Daddy, please, I'm begging you. I want to pay school fees. Daddy, please help me, Daddy. I want to pay school fees. Nobody will do that. There is no son that can come to the father. Even you as a father, how will you feel? Your first son or your last son or daughter will come to you in the morning and kneel down and say, Daddy, please now pay my school fees. Now, Daddy, please now, they are chasing us. It doesn't happen. They talk to you as if they are the one working the morning for you. They just bend their neck one side. Daddy, they say you should bring school fees. So that is how it's supposed to be. And then if God is our father, when we go to him, he said, if you being evil know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more your father in heaven? And so our people decree. And that is why they tell you, ane kweku, ane meme, ane agwo, ane ri. But they pray for people. They pray for people. Now, I'm trying to bring out certain things that will enable us to understand. There is a way they do things. Everything was sacred to them. They do farming. Before they eat, they must dedicate it to God. Sacred. Iriji. But to tell you, some of these cultures have been bastardized already. That is why, when it comes to Iriji, New Year Festival, we go to countries where they don't plant yam and celebrate it. But in those days, outside Christmas, New Year, Independence Day, and other small celebration, one of the most wonderful celebration we have that take us to the village is New Year Festival. They display masquerade. They cook a lot of pounded yam. They thank the God of harvest for another 1 year or for bountiful harvest. But because our ancestors were doing it, it's sinful. But when you go and do Thanksgiving and harvest inside church, it's holy. The day we abandon our culture and tradition, that is why we are where we are today. We look at the number 5. They have guideline for health workers and other public service departments. Our ancestors have what is known as native doctor. They have town union of various type and the principle of governance. Like I said, this is just introduction, trying to create, to bring you into this topic so you understand what we are saying. They have sanity and they have sanctity. These two principles are very good in their life. They don't play with it. And now, they have guideline on health workers. If I see today, I look at people. They say, oh, the man is a native doctor. Automatically, you are evil. The man is a herbalist. Automatically, you are evil. Let's go by these two names. When they say somebody is a native doctor, there is no suggestion that the person is evil doctor. Native. It's like they say, oh, this is a Greek fowl and this is native fowl. Because they put native fowl now become evil. They are simply telling you, this is our doctor. He is not a Western doctor. He is our own native doctor. If somebody come in and where are you? I say, I go see native doctor. They say, oh, you are a sinner. When they say Luke, one of the disciples of Jesus Christ, is a physician, do you think is a London doctor? He's a Obebulu, native doctor, better one. Does that name in the real sense suggest that they are evil? And then when they say he's a herbalist, does it suggest they are evil? But because it's our own now, it's in our culture, the imperialists have told you it's evil. Now they are hiding. But there was no need for that. Our people have the way to manage them. Now let me look into that a little bit. We have different kind of doctors. You have native doctor. We call them Ubebulu. You have herbalists. We call them Dibie. And of course, there are some that are referred to witch doctor, sorcerers, seers, among others. But if you begin to look at the way this culture has been destroyed, you will say all of them are evil. Let me go back home again. In my grandmother's house, the next family compound to my grandmother were also native doctor. They have native doctor in their family. Because without a native doctor, plague will destroy the whole community. Sickness and disease does come. Onyeibe doctor was not there. So they need their own herbalist or native doctor to take care of them. But they are different categories. The native doctor close to my grandmother's house were the type that were referred to witch doctor. They don't do anything good though. They are the one that poison fowl, poison goat. In fact, if you want to do achiere, okobut, ababet, that is what they specialize on. Ibi. That's our neighbor. But do you know, as far as I can remember, that man never poisoned our goat. He never poisoned us. He never attempted on us. Because his own job is to do the work of Satan. He does it. Everybody know him. So you go there, you say, oh, DBA, please, I want you to kill Mama Karo. He will say 1,005. You pay. He will now do his own. He will tell you, you can't kill Mama Karo. The gods are favoring Mama Karo. Go, I will not kill. But when Mama Karo hand is evil, they will kill Mama Karo for you very quickly. They were in the community. We know them. They say, leave that man on a bad man. But there are people that monitor them. Because when Mama Karo die, we have people known as the seer. The seer will tell them, is that man that sent or Tamba that killed Mama Karu? They will go to that man and said, why did you kill the woman? Confession will lead to confession to confession. That is to say, if you are some kind of native doctor, be very careful before you act, because there are people who are greater than you waiting for you, but they still need them. Imagine if all those people are the ones we have now, they are looking for their brother to do our bet. Imagine if all those people are all these Fulani on the checking point, just give all of them our bet. Better our bet. By the time they say go to Biafra land, you will say no. But of course, we will get there, don't worry. And then they have another ones they call herbalists. They fall in different category. Just like when you have, when you come to the medical sector, all doctors are not doctors. We have some that studied family medicine. And then you have gynecologists, optician, dentist, surgeon, and the rest of them. Orthopedic and the rest of them. They are all doctors, but specialized in different ways. There are people that their duty is to take delivery. There are things they do. And in those days in my community, if you are not a special native doctor for child delivery and you try it, you are in a big trouble. There are those that are specialists, special herbalists. They are the modern days pharmacy. They are the one now working in Madagascar that Nigeria is going to buy Abu from. But here in Nigeria, here in Biafra, we have destroyed all of them. And so they have rules of governance. Why they have all this setup, both good and bad, they have a system that governs them. They have people that monitor them. As they go to your farm, they steal yam. Somebody will call, come, oh Mike, did you steal this yam? Mike say, no, I have not come out today, because they know Mike is the yam stealer. Then they know there is invader in the community. But if it's Mike will say, sorry, it's a mistake. They will say 7 goats, 3 white cock, 2 rapper. Of course, Mike will not be fast to go and steal, according to our culture and tradition. All these things I'm saying created sanity. That is why we never have police. Not because we don't need them. That is why we don't have Otimpu. Not because we don't need them. Everybody know the do's and the don'ts. In our society, as primitive as they are, as evil as they told you they are, there was no need for policeman. There was no need to build fence. There was no need to be afraid of who will poison you. There was no need for you to run for anything, because every system was designed to work harmoniously. Everybody respected their position. Number 6, code of conduct and the privilege of non-indigene. In every instance, there are rules that are meant to govern the indigene and the non-indigene. For instance, where I come from, and I know it is the same thing with all of us who are Biafra. In Abo, they call it free town. Free town because if you enter there, they take you as one of them. As an Abo man, I go there and fight another tribe. The Obi of Abo is not going to take it lightly with me, because we are forbidden from attacking stranger. Because the moment you live there, you become a member of the family. And so, societally speaking, I do not have right more than a non-Abo indigene. All of us have the same right. But the day the person will not take advantage and say, I will deal with you. You think say you be Abo, I will deal with you. That day he has invoked the wrath of the community. They will chase him out that day. So we are forbidden from attacking stranger. But when the stranger crosses boundary, we address their stupidity. And so they have principle. All these things I'm telling you, they are verifiable from the Bible. At least this is the closest source we have. But I'm bringing all these things so you know we come from a very serene society, a very civilized society. But how we come to agree that all those things are evil and we push them away is what I don't understand. And if this principle were put in place, Alamajiri will not be flocking into Biafra land because our land is sacred. By now, mysterious death will hit all of them. Mysterious death will hit all of them. They won't even come. Were they coming to our land before? But the moment we destroy Umena Allah, Unso Allah, then things fall apart. Number 7. They have mode of protecting lives to make sure that in the course of every day, the community leader and the family of the deceased, there are ways they put things in place to protect life. They have institutions who is meant to protect people in every way. They monitor the source of drinking water. They monitor the source of food, the market, everybody coming in. They monitor everything. Today, all those things have changed. All those things have changed. Sanity and sanctity were in operation at its highest level, which cannot be compromised by any single individual or community, as the consequence was grievous, very bad. If you compromise these tools of sanctity and sanity, you are gone. It does not respect anybody. It's not favorable to anybody. No room for favorism or favoritism. It gave everybody a perfect platform to operate, and that is when they say live and let's live. But all these principles are no longer in place because the instrument to sustain them, all of them, have been taken away. The instrument to sustain them, all of them, have been taken away. And of course, in our next study, we will look at this instrument that enables them to bring about sanctity and sanity into our society. Today, in our marketplaces, it's Hausa and Yoruba that will tell us where they will stay. You can't do that before. In fact, let me tell you something to make you understand that some things we take as if it doesn't mean anything. It means so much. My mother is from Umunede, and they have a market known as Ube Umunede. That land belongs to my grandfather that gave birth to my mother. It is their family land. But all of them traveled out of Umunede in those ancient days. And they didn't come back. They spent many years in the West. And when they came from the West, from grandfather to great-grandfather and the great-grand-grand-grand, one of them married in another community known as Mbili. And then he stayed with his children. He didn't go back to Umunede until he died. And his children know that this place is our mother's village, not my father's village. So they have to return home. When they got home in those ancient days, their father compound has become the community market. Of course, they are related to the king's family. They went to the king and said, we need our father's land back. It's now the community market. And the king said to them, that land can no longer be given to this family. Why? Because the market represents the community. The market is not one-man property. It represents the community. But of course, what they have to do is to relocate them. Give them another land. Even help them to rebuild their father's house. But according to our culture and tradition, there are principles that governs that market, tradition and culture that cannot be broken. And so what we are trying to tell you in effect is that the life did not start today. We understand the value of that land today. If we do not respect our culture and tradition, we will take Obi of Umunede to court. We may succeed in bending down the whole Umunede. But our ancestors will not be happy with us. Today, somebody will wake up and go and sell community markets. And somebody will come and decide what happened in a community market because they don't know what they are toiling with. And the more we are neglecting all these things, the more the enemy take advantage to undo us. All this area I have mentioned, please go to the west. You will see they don't play with it. Those of you in Lagos, ordinary Aswani Oja. Aswani Oja remains Aswani Oja. That day of market is that day of market. You think Yoruba don't know what to do? Have you been to Dugbe market? They understand all these things. You go to the north, there is a way they control your market. You know what is happening in Sabongeri? They can give Igbo people market, but they will put Hausa to monitor all of you. Because they understand that market, the spiritual implication it opposes. But do you know, like in Port Harcourt, slaughter market, a whole River State community market is headed by Hausa people? I bet if Wike can go there, they will beat him up. Hausa. Why? Because we don't understand the spiritual implication. There is a place of anointing. If you give her the place of anointing, the wealth of the community follows those people. Like talking about having sacred sites. If you go to your Bible, there is something referred to as the city gate. The city gate is where people gather to make decisions that affect the whole community. The elders will go to city gate. That does not mean they have a gate mounted there. Because when they were talking about city gate, the people who made mention of city gate have not seen the gate we use today. But it was a, how do they say it in literature? When I remember it, I will tell you. It was something that was used to create impression of what that place represents. A city gate is where decisions are made. And so when elders gather in a particular piece of land, they say this is where we make decision. That place becomes the city gate. And in the course of coming together to make decision, they offer prayers. And they ended up saying, these are community Shiran, community Shiran. I want you to check your community. Almost all the community city gates have been sold to strangers. Watch Dangote and other people coming into our land. They target your city gates. Watch almost all the churches. They target your city gate. Because in your community, say, oh, our father, then they do juju here. Then they do juju here. Now, evil forest, we no go enter. You go sell and give pastor. All of you will become slave to that pastor. Because men and women seek the face of God on that land. Because that is where decision is taken. I tell you, if you want to use force to eject those people, your own land will fight against you. The world is not just about physical. The world is about spiritual. The war we are fighting in is not about AK-47. We are more spiritual being than physical being. Though we operate in four-dimensional world, don't let anybody deceive you. All these things look as if it doesn't matter. They really matter. I was on Facebook yesterday and I saw Onyeibe man cooking with clay pot. I called the person with that. I said, see Onyeibe, they use clay pot to cook soup. He was analyzing it, how nutritious it can be. But it's evil and outdated. Onyeibe man was cooking with clay pot. Do you know what is clay pot? Ubube. Ubube, that is what we call it. Ubube. But we leave that for another day. Everything I have said so far is to make you understand that our society was that organized that there was no need for armed robber, there was no room for invaders, there was no room for defiling of our culture and tradition, there was no room for raping, there was no room for nonsense. You can only think something good, something pure, something holy, something that can edify. Everything they need was there until we believe that they are evil. Now, I'm not asking you to go there. I want you to go back and understand how they survive. And then in our next study, we will move ahead to see some of the principle that was deployed or that was applied that allowed them to have such a peaceful society. It's going to do us a good deal. It's going to help us very well. I'll be back in a minute.
The key. We need to go, we need a freedom, we need a Biafra restoration. United Nations declare them wanted because they want to kill us, they want to wipe us, they want to finish us. Hey, they are the one. The Boko Harams, they are the one. Please declare them wanted. They are the liars, they are the cheats, thieves, and the criminals. Buhari, you are the one. Boko Haram, we know you. Israel, you are there. Support United Nations to declare them wanted. They want to Islamize us. They want to kill us all. They are the one who go around. They can't stop Biafra. They are the baboons and the monkeys. The people by their side, they are liars. They are the baboons and the monkeys. They want to kill us, no way. Biafra will stand. There's no going back. Cause we are the will of God. Hey. You need a gun, you need a weapon, you need a worship. Muhammad Buhari, you are the one, you are the rebel, we know you. You need a gun, you need a weapon, you need a worship. Muhammad Buhari, what is your mind? Soldiers in the zoo, think very well, reason very fast. Come and join us now. Biafra is very real. Navy in the zoo, police in the zoo. Come and join us now. Biafra is very real. They want to Islamize. Come and join the Biafra now. Come and join a better place. Mohammed Buhari, you are the failure to Nigeria. Mohammed Buhari, you are the Boko Haram, we know. Isoko Ahaba Ijo, we are all Biafrans. Ibibio Shekiri Igede, we are all Biafrans. Afik, we are Biafrans. Igala, Iwocha, we are all Biafrans. Nobody can stop us now. Nobody can stop Biafra now. Come and join us. Biafra is real. They want to Islamize us. They want to kill. We are the ones. The Boko Harams. Mohammed Buhari, the president of the zoo. You are a failure. You cannot stop us now. We know you. We know you.
Yes, of course. Abasiaya, the hand of God is involved in what we are doing. Understand, this is the agreement we have with nature. This is agreement we have with Creator. These are the ways of Elohim, not the ways of man. These are knowledge. It's too much for man to understand. But we have them laying bare before us, but we turn them down. Our lines are open at this moment. Our WhatsApp line remains 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct line, and the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614. And of course, when you call in, tell me some of those ancient culture and tradition from your own place that protected the enemy from defiling our land, from invading our land. People do not understand the magnitude of or consequence of neglecting these cultures and tradition. I don't want to make it like a Bible study. If not, I will be referencing them to you in the Bible. I can drag them to the issue of the sons of Samuel, the sons of Eli, how these people broke that law and their land was defied and the glory departed. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line, are you still there? Of course, we lost that. Caller on the line, are you there?
I don't want to take
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
good evening. This is female line, please. It's female line. Call the male line, please. Yes, a caller on the line. Are you there?
Mazi Onyeibe.
Monitoring spirit. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Mazi Onyeibe, don't you go to Kada Madrid? Oh, what is that? Hey. Mazi Onyeibe. You go to Kada Madrid. You put him in here, and you spend the letter on back. Go there. Child, Mazi Onyeibe. Their position in Biafra is in that temple. I am telling you, today is the 15th day of May 2020. We are going on. I can't always say we should be able. That doesn't mean they can't know where we are. Yes, I land. Sit down, Biafra is the wrong offer. Oh, one I am not very big. Always an apple, always an alapia. You can help me if you don't hear. That is the fall. You got to know the canon of you to say, I want to go to the home. You can help me if you don't hear. I have to do that for. Just translated, we are choosing by the most high to restore Biafra as the kingdom of heaven on earth. It's not very violent. The violence wants to take it before, but I cannot take it. That is your fault. Oh no, I know you come shut up. I will build that temple with my Onyeibe. Listen, let me tell you people. Go to Mekai, M-O-I-C-A-H, Mekai, chapter 2, verse 11 and 13. Very, very important. Read it from 1 to end. Chapter 3, verse 4, 5, 6, and 11. Very, very important. Read it from 1 to end here. Chapter 4, 1 to end. Number 1, that temple, the best among all in the world. That is not the kind of free, not to broadcast here. Also, I'm waiting here the Kaka. Oh, I don't go to Canada, Bata. And the guy chapter 4, the kind of a ponyo, what can more care for Capato? So when you work in the work, what about a prayer after that and the Kaliana? Then I want to put the Ganya. Then I am now got a war. That of me, I'm not going to make. I found a better to get him. What was to happen? Where do him now? As to my sacrifice, Golem, I got some Biafra that on your Panonia. Homo Biafra, elected. Ezra, chapter 9, verse 2, very important. Read it from 1 to 8. Ezra chapter 10, verse 1 to end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 15. Very, very important. Our blood has been used. You know you people. Onyeibe got on that also here. But the truth is the inner and the outer court. They got something there. We are talking. We blood Biafra. We are not joking. We will teach every word, and that is that we never forget. And that look, from that is that death, they will not. You don't know. That is that. That way, that is the war in war. God bless me. They have come and get our what they do here. Or they never decide a lot. Or we never decide a lot. Go on our home. I never had this time was there. They be afraid on hand. Then a police on your block. Man, they go for the other people. That time they see. Oh no, why do we do that? I'm not carrying freedom. I don't know when you only make that. God will find a make a yard of man. So now we are oppressed. That is why we are. That's the blood we have. Thank
you. Everybody must heal Biafra. Our leader in 2 of his broadcasts made mention of something. He was calling out to some people. He said, you cannot sell the community land. You cannot sell the community land. Now, these are the things you must understand. They are all there before us, but you will not understand. If those people move ahead and sell that Afari Beku community land, they will born vagabond. Their children will turn to vagabond. It will bring curse on their whole generation, except it's not family land. But if it's family land, the only place they can go free is when somebody did not interfere. Now, let me tell you a shocking secret. And if you find yourself as a victim of that very thing, you just talk to your creator. He will see you out. I want you to look at every military personnel, from police to army. Look at all of them. Look closely into their family. They have problem that makes money insufficient. So that time policeman just see you, rob you, thief you, do you anything as a Nigeria, they go away with it. They don't go away with it. I want you to look at every policeman you know. It's either their husband don't have head or they have sickness that they cannot cure. There is something, a problem always tormenting them. And if they don't know, it will be bad. If you are not experiencing it now, ask God to intervene in your matter and stop maltreating people because of your power. Because there is a God that sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. The same way, watch people who have authority over men and they rubbish the men. Watch almost all the pastors. If they don't soak their family in blood, if they don't keep their hand clear, it didn't start from your hand. Samuel was the most righteous man that the Bible has ever talked about. In fact, when Samuel was of old age, he knew his children cannot represent him, nor Israel. Samuel was the man that summoned the whole Israel and said to them, I am old now, and I can see that I cannot force my children on you because of their moral background, very poor. But before I die, I challenge you before God and man. If I have taken your sheep, if I have done anything wrong among the people of Israel, rise up now and speak, or forever hold your peace. He challenged everybody before the presence of God. They didn't find anything wrong with him. But look at his children. What of the priest Eli? So it didn't start from you. If you are not careful about some of these principles, that is why it is today in our own land, Fulani are the one harassing us, intimidating us. Fulani are the one, Yoruba, using our head in our own father's land. Oh. You think it's normal? Do you think it's normal? There are other areas we will look into certain matter. Let us stop it there for now. Yes, caller on the line. Are you there? Caller on the line.
My big brother.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is your blood brother. This is your blood brother. Born and brought up in Delta State and Indigenous Delta State. the ambassadors of war. My name is Okori. Onye Birika, Onyeka.
Ndonwa.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Dodo, my brother. Onye Johnny Cool, Mama had Paul, and this IPOP of this IPOP. I was on the oath. So I am IPOP member at Anambra State. On 1 year precise at them for Omoba.
Quite unfortunate I lost that caller, but we must continue. If you can, please try and call back. Caller, WhatsApp, are you there?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Afambo Paul Okechukwu Ibagwa from Oga. I got Anambra State. Well, since all this while, I've been following your program and been hearing you. I'm the one that have been disturbing you over the time concerning a place in Johnny Noka, which have been disturbing one of the leader you send my number to that called me one day. Since then, I've been disturbing him. I have not been able to direct me. But that is not the reason I called. The reason I called is...
You will be a little bit patient so that after the lockdown, I know they will attend to you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. The reason I called is because of concerning this Biafra issue and the way you are treating some certain matters. You are touching many things at the root. The way you are touching many things, the thing will always touch my spirit and soul whenever you talk and speak concerning this issue of returning back to your root. Tons of things concerning the native doctor of a thing or whatever. The way people misunderstood that area is what has enabled our people, misleading them, making them deny what that will help them and will save them from destruction. We are suffering many things today, not because our enemy is stronger than us, but because our people have missed the track, led down our forefathers. And that is the problem. We are suffering today. Who is Agosa? Who is Fulani? Who is the enemy? And they do. The power, the chant, the invocation, whatever they have, what is it? Our God is beyond those things. We are greater than those things. That's why white men understood, even ourselves. White men understood us more than ourselves. That's why the Biafra is a mystery. That's why Biafra is a mystery to the whole world. If Biafra emerges today, things will begin to happen. Things will begin to happen. Things that men have never reasoned, that have never gone in the mind of men in this life, will begin to manifest. So, nevertheless, go on with your teachings, your preaching, your whatever. Just go on. I've been following you. You are very, very right and correct. May God bless you.
Thank you very much, my brother. The truth is what we tell people here. I'm not asking anybody subscribe to it or don't subscribe to it. I want you, if you are truly the son of your father, find out why they did all those things. It will amaze you. It will amaze you. The enemy of Biafra, first of all, destroy this thing. Destroy them completely. Leave us defenseless. Ikenga is in London. What is Ikenga doing in London? Do we begin to mention Ekbentu, Idugu, Akiemoho? The one you know and the one you don't know. But the evil, because you are a black man. Who Angel Gabriel, Angel Michael, Angel Teresa, all the whole angel, they are good. Benedictions do us in Sakula. Are you still there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, Mazi George Onyeibe.
Good evening from
my parish priest. I respect you. I give you kudos, my parish priest. Mazi George Onyeibe, you said it all. My name still remains Chibike Anyanwu. I'm from Imo State in Owerri. In Owerri, Ikeduru in Biafra land. Mazi George Onyeibe, I want to use opportunity to thank you because I'm very happy because I will speak Igbo and they speak English. I'm very happy because of your salvation in Radio Biafra make my mother to join IPOB and also to convert many women to join IPOB. So I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama, who give him that wisdom. Mazi George Onyeibe, I want to comment something. Number one, before I comment anything, so I want to use this opportunity to tell all Biafrans all over the world. There is one social forum that is coming out now. They call it Church of Biafran Spirit Kingdom, whatever. And please, I know that all my brothers, all of us, we are passionate to anything about Biafra. We want to know everything about Biafra, and we want our freedom. But I want to use this opportunity to tell you that our enemy, they are not still sleeping. Because I joined this forum that I'm telling you as a witness, because when I joined that forum, I discovered that that forum was created by Ohaneze Ndo Shinandama, according to my supreme leader. And I called the full number, and I started calling people. When I discovered the forum, I was asking questions. This forum in which leadership of this forum, I want to know everything. Immediately I start asking that question. People was asking, that is true. Immediately they cut me off. I called a private number. I started calling people there. I discovered that when I discovered, one of the women told me that that is her husband. He's under Ohaneze Ndibo. That man name from his name is Ago from Izog. So, and he married from Imo State in Owerri. When I started saying that, he cut me off, but I don't care. Please, I want to use also this opportunity to advise ourselves, our brothers. This is the time we need all those Ikenga and all the spiritual doctors that we are pursuing our freedom, and let us not be distracted. If every Izogu people, everybody should keep his whatever you believe on, because the time all those things is going to work is now. Awusa Fulanina is fooling in our place. Let us all those Odunumedu, everything you believe in, please, you go to all the forest and keep all those things. Tell them and advise them the people you want him to kill. And not you. Let us stop showing ourselves ruggedity. You want to kill your brother, you want to kill. Let us kill our enemies first. That is the advice for every Biafrans. Let us not be distraction from people. I got no ndira na agba gburugburu. I na say e man izogumene nke izogumene. That is not the priority now. The priority now, the way forward. Solve save our people. All those Ikenga and all those things you people are doing, keep it for us. You use it and neutralize our young youth. That is what I want to say. And also I want to use this opportunity. Mazi George Onyeibe, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you, bless my leader, bless all the principal officers all over the world. Because this our struggle we are doing. This is not the time. This is the time for we to show ourselves more superior, more grace and more wisdom, so that our enemies. I remember the last broadcast our supreme leader make. And that we have to follow that topic, because and let us not be distracting each other. That is not the most important thing. The most important thing is the way forward. Mazi George Onyeibe, your topic, even if I started saying your topic one by one, I believe I cannot go out from your station. But I want also to tell all our brothers in Vietnam, all over the world, that I am thank God for Chukwu Okike Abiama for our IBOB in Vietnam, because I believe that God is doing wonderful. So I want to use the opportunity to tell all our brothers all over the world, if you have a brother in Vietnam, tell him to come and join IBOB. We hear more, and more, because I am very happy. The kind of people we did not expect in Vietnam is the people that is coming. Vietnam have been strong. Even we are praying now to have another forum, another family, by special grace of God, in another city. the way things are happening now. So, Mazi George Onyeibe, I also use the opportunity to greet my national coordinator, Mazi Tony, aka Angel. I thank God for the way God is using him with more wisdom and everything to gather our people here. And also all the principal officers in Vietnam. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless them, strengthen them. And you, Mazi George Onyeibe, thank you so much for giving me this time. I have many things to say, but let me just keep it till another day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you. Some people do not understand. We forbid the shedding of blood. If you kill somebody and the blood touches the ground, our ancestors forbid it. It defies the land. If you read Things Fall Apart and understand when Okonkwo was asked to kill the what is his name? Why did I forget the name? But there was something sacred about blood. We do not spill blood unnecessarily. And the moment we allow it in our land without responding to those who are doing that, we become an accomplice. Caller on the WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
I'm there. Good evening, Judge Onyeibe.
Good evening from here, Mazi.
Yeah, I'm fine. Good evening. Hello.
Yemeke.
Yeah. Thank you, Judge Onyeibe. I don't want to thank you much, but may our ancestor give you more strength. The ancestor who never allowed Fulani people to finish us in Anioma, may he give you more strength, more courage, and more understanding so that you can be educating our people, so we can realize that nothing white people give to us that is good. Education, we have education, but the thing about it is we put some nasty attitude. Our traditional way of life is the best. We just have to adopt the balancing sector of it with check, balance and check. This is the two things we need to adopt in our traditional way of life. Anybody who knows how to cure our forces, when somebody came to you because you say you know how to cure a forces, and it happens you didn't cure him well, authority, and you give him authority should go and arrest you, and when they arrest you, I want you to know that you do something wrong, so you reform your system. Biafra will be a different country. White people, I don't think they give us anything. I think they take a lot of things from us, but they put calculation, keeping record and reasoning into what they take from us, and they make use of it properly. And when they take our cocoa, they go and refine our cocoa and bring about 20-something or 50-something items back to us because we are stupid. The same thing they do in oil. They take our crude oil, they refine it, and they bring one to us, and the other ones, they're making use of it, and we are going there to buy and fill form and go. Judge Onyeibe, anything about these people, your honor, we see, I don't want to go into there. I just want to let the whole traditional rulers in Anioma, we want to tell you that things is changed. I know you are very stupid, you are very rude. Yeah, you are very stupid and you are very rude. I want you to tell the inspector, all of you should do meeting this night, and tell the Inspector General of Police in Delta State to release everybody they hold in the prison. Release our children they hold in prison. I don't give a damn about anything. If you don't do it, the traditional rulers that is selling land in Anioma, after they slaughter 5,000 Anioma people, and you never say anything for nearly 50 years, and now the Fulani is arresting our people, our children, and you keep quiet. Release all of them now, otherwise there will be no traditional ruler in Anioma, because all of you are fraud. Release our children. Fulani, every time they come to our land and they keep killing us, after they kill us finish, they pick up our children and lock them in prison. They hold Chukuma, nothing happened. Last time they go to Manam, and Obio from Manam is there, shake him out like Onyeibe boys water in the mouth. Mazi Onyeibe, I'm very, very angry with these people. These people are selling land. They're selling land. They never settle any issue related to brother and brother in Anioma, but they can sell land to Fulani people. Traditional ruler. And a Fulani man will come from nowhere, come be deciding for Anioma people, arresting our people, and yet nothing happened. They will go there, they tell them they're going to go to court. Before your court is sitting down there because it's for a traditional ruler. We want to tell you everything is going to go on fire soon. You think we're joking with you? Maybe you think you got money. That's silly money. We don't care about it. Release our children now. Mazi Onyeibe, I'm going to cut off here. I'm sorry for my emotion. I'm not happy with this.
It's acceptable, my brother. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Mazi Onyeibe, good evening from here.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
This is Mazi Raf Ndikom. I came from Mwaka in Olo Province, Biafra land, but I served the indigenous people Biafra here in Russia as the national coordinator. Fellow Biafrans around the globe, Biafrans and friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom around the globe, greeting from Russia Federation. Actually, it is always a pleasure to be a partaker of the wonderful program that we used to be anchored by our able brother and in the person of Mazi Onyeibe. George Onyeibe, may God bless you for all the great things you are doing for your fatherland. Indeed, I thank God for your program this evening, and this program you have been emphasizing on this program for more than that, for months, especially as going back to our roots. Actually, because ndị ba isi na ebe nwata na ebe akwa na atụ aka nne ga no dia nne ga no ya nne ya no. So actually this is going back to our roots. If you can remember our leader when he started this that is a few years back, when he started, that is in early of his messages. If we can bring them back, if we can replay them, he was always hammering on also going back to our roots, because that's one of the things that Chukwuka told him when he went to the temple of when he went to Israel, when he went to Jerusalem. It's one of the things that Chukwuka told him, for us to get Biafra, we must go back to our roots. And when he was saying that thing on Radio Biafra, many of us didn't understand, including myself very self. Not quite a while after listening to the broadcast several times, the whole thing starts sinking one by one. And also when he was saying that Radio Biafra is where we worship, that our religion is, Biafra is our religion. Many of us don't understand what it means. It's still going back to our roots, that Biafra is our religion. Because religion, the major problem we are suffering today in Biafra land is religion. And that religion is where? For the foreign religion in Biafra land. After the war, Biafra started having foreign religion. We have Fulani religion. We have Yoruba religion. We have Fulani religion. We have Hausa religion. We have Elizabeth religion. All this is that is Igwa Grogwa. That is mix, and that's why only you know that now that is they are playing with us, because I know why we have left the roots. And the same thing, if you take our mind back to the time of Israelites, what increased their trouble, their suffering is when they go back to when they left the roots, when they left that is the oracle, when they left this in Namash root, that is the guideline of Chukwuka. That's always the time that Chukwuka allowed the enemy to enter and deal with them. And then after he will intervene and deliver them. The same thing is happening to us, and our leader know this from onset. When he was telling us about the Yoruba church and other things, and then many people misunderstood him that time, saying that he's preaching religion. But now it's becoming clearer to us that we don't have any two way about it. There is no way, nothing like there is no other way to do it by going back to our roots. And then going back to the root is to embrace Biafra, knowing that Biafra is our religion. Any other thing you are doing, any other religion you are taking, you are adding salt to your injury. You see, because if we can be able to hearken to this call or going back to our roots and then leaving the foreign gods that we are having that cannot help us. A lot of them, they tell us that they will save us if you follow this way, you are saved. If you follow this one, this person had died for a sin. Then if you follow this one, all things pass away, everything becomes new. And yet every day you still going deeper in the mess. And then we cannot come to ourselves and ask ourselves, this thing that I'm having, if this religion that I'm following, if it is true, why am I still sinking instead of having improvement in my life? So I thank you for you, my brother, for still refreshing our memory, that to know that is the secret of us winning our enemy is going back to our root. And by the grace of Chukwukama, all the people that are listening to Radio Biafra and the hardcore Biafrans, we are going back to our root. And that belief Chukwukama will intervene, especially this time the Fulani have surrendered us. And then, because very soon, very soon, is already there. And then we are going to we are going to confront them. Are they going to confront us? We are going to challenge them. We are going to also show them that also we are men. And us going to show you that is for us to defeat them, we must go with the right, that is with Chukwuka. That's the only way that will make us to come back with victory. And I thank God that our mind and our heart is already prepared. So I say, I pray, may Chukwuka bless you, bless all the principal officers around the globe, and also bless all my executives and members of IPOB here in Russia, that Chukwuka will guide us and keep us until all of us with one mind can be able to reach our promised land, that which is Biafra. I'm signing off from here. Moscow, Russia. Thank you.
We must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Chima Obi. I'm a native of Amozari in Isi Alamban local government. I reside here in Madrid, Spain. I just want to appreciate you, Mazi Onyeibe, for the topic this night. Although my radio have just stopped because I'm listening through simple radio, but it have just stopped. So I couldn't hear anything. I will still continue. I hope that other people are hearing me. Honestly, I really want to appreciate you for this Back to Your Roots program. It's very, very educative. I must tell you the truth that I'm a beneficiary. Though I know most of all these things because I can tell you I witnessed Biafran, Nigerian Civil War, and I grew with elders. I can say my elder father is an Ichian also, which I followed through, and everything he has exactly educated here in Radio Biafra is completely how we grew up. Even what you mentioned about river. I know in my place there's a river where we grew up near river, right? We have a place where we fish, even where we take bath. And there, when the elders are even taking bath, we don't go there. We wait after we will go there. We, the young ones, we enter. Even there's a women's side, which there's a tree that fell down, but it didn't die. That field demarcates between the men and the women. We can be taking baths nakedly, but no one will cross the line to the women's side. So, honestly, the sanctity and the sanity you really explain Radio Biafra is true our root. But I hope that it will go deep down to many people, for the listeners, to wake up, to live to the reality. Without taking much time, I want to use the opportunity to thank Ahmadike, Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, the king himself, who God have chosen at our time. I always call him my Nehemiah, because he said Nehemiah is that see that the walls of Jerusalem, of the center, have been broken down. So now they can come to rebuild the walls of our land. The wars, our spiritual world, physical world, financial, economic, both our mental world, it has been broken down. Our people have gone out of their way. Honestly, I have lived here in Europe. This is almost my 30 years here in Europe. So I see how they do things. They keep to their culture. In the Netherlands, every 1st of January, they go to the sea, where they call in a Scheveningen. Everybody who knows they are in Den Haag, where you have International Criminal Court. Every 1st of January, they do a sacrifice in that place. What are they doing? Why do they call them? They have shell. Nowhere shell is deep down the sea. Here also in Spain, every city have their culture. Every year, no matter what it costs, they must celebrate it. They must keep to it. But our own, we have lost our ways because of westernization and the church that have bamboozled our people, their brain, they lost their brain. Well, I will have much to speak, but because of time factor, I have to give room for others to speak. I thank you very much. I really appreciate. May the Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to keep you and give you more wisdom and strength to continue in this struggle and in this teaching of back to our roots, so that our people should wake up from their stupidity and embrace the truth and they see the light in it. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp.
Agwatrombe Kembuni Biafra land. Agwatrombe mene teke offensin. Yeah, my beloved, good evening, my brother from another womb. I appreciate you once again. Yeah, I remember what I missed, okay, foreign see you from WhatsApp and I heard from Omaka. Omaka is in all the province of Biafra land. Mazi, I appreciate Onion and every other person doing the needful, what he's supposed to do. And those of them defending our motherland, I can keep all of them. Mazi, yeah, so a lot of things is baffling me. There was one video I watched today. Mazi, see what is happening to us, anything that is happening to us is within us. You see, the destruction, I'll have to set an example with you, this or the major. I saw the video where all this thing they call deliverance. They are destroying ancient things in Biafra land. Now, the Yorubas, we have, but now, is our people. They continue to destroy those in Mazi. During this genocide, they brought out the Biafra, the Nigeria genocide against the Biafra, they call it the Biafra War. Mazi, those things that defended our land, the war was not fought with only gun and the stick alone. There are things that helped our forefathers become successful that this British could not term them, according to not after 30 years. You think that war was fought with a bare hand alone? There are things of the spirit people don't know. And the issue of destroying all these things does not help us. Now, this is the time we need them. We've been saying it. If you know whatever you have now, even if you're Gomo, if you're a kidnapper, if you have any charm, like he rightly said, use it against this one, against these enemies now. You don't use it against your brother. So, Mazi, going back to our root, we don't know what you are doing. You don't know what impact you are making in our lives worldwide. Biafra all over the world. Every hardcore Biafra, every listener of Radio Biafra. We are learning a lot of things every day by day. Mazi, we appreciate you. And we continue to tell our people, don't let them destroy your ancient thing your fathers left for you. Like my brother is who just spoke now, Madrid. Mazi, we are here in Europe. Every January, February, all these things, they have it. And even the what we call Wakwa, they have it here. And they have it in their museum. And we go and pay money to what? Watch any 80 years in Europe is not one day.
They even dance at
they have their
they dance at a lot.
Yes. Our people are continuing to destroy our own. They come there, they steal everything back in. When our people are doing it becomes bad, it becomes richer. But here we go and watch it. You see them on the street. They come the whole Europe here. We go around. And our people continue destroying our things, thinking that when that war comes, we will do our own, and those things have their own, they will do. So please stop destroying this our ancient things. We need them. We need them. They are doing their own, but you might not know. Chukwukaba will do his own. Those things that they are doing their own. There are things we saw from our forefather that is good. We keep them. And the worst one, we leave them. And people, when we talk now, somebody say, you are fell RC. No. Mazi, ihenda we hana. Mazi, I said that I will tell my Imo brothers and sisters, wherever they are, those of them in diaspora, please. Our project is on now. We're under siege. We have Emia in Imo State. We have this also there. And all these Fulanis, Alamajris, that is their bed because they have their suji there. And that is why we are trying to make sure that wherever you are in Biafra, in Imo State, that you are getting Radio Biafra, no matter your province, no matter your town, no matter your village, whether you are inside the army or whatever, you are getting Radio Biafra. Please call the number +48739 672 638. +48739 672 638. The earlier the better, please. We want to I talk on Nilena and what I did on Gobolino. Menonam be Tolu local government. Menonam Bano Mbise or what sanitarian and all. Please call the number. Chukoka keep all of you. Mazi, finally, that concourse was Ahamefle, okay?
Thank you very much, because I'm always mistaking it with
Ahamefle. Thank you.
Ubiareka. Thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must understand this truth, embrace this truth is going to help us. Before I take the next caller, let me give you an assignment. Go to your village. Anybody that have sold artifact from any shrine in your village, watch that person. You will see they are not normal. There were time in the 80s, it was very lucrative business to sell artifacts from the shrines, as they call it. Go and watch all the people involved in selling the artifact from the community shrine. Go and watch all of them. The one that receive mercy are drunkard. None of them went free. Caller and WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, I am here.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good evening, IPOB worldwide. Good evening, Freedom. Want this medium to thank our leader who has really taught us so well in the person of Mazi Namdi Okukamu, as well as I thank our able deputy leader, the person of Mazi Uchoka Fomofo, and every other principal officer. With yourself, my big brother Mazi George Onyeibe, you've been doing wonderfully well, consistently teaching us on how to get back to life, because our roots is our life. You made so many points this night that touched me. The goosebumps on my body are still there. When you made mention of this city gate thing, where I come from, sorry, my name is Ikenna Anozia. I come from Izombe, and Izombe is in Uguta. Uguta is in Imo, Biafra land. When you made mention of this city gate, what we call it where we come from is Ama Uku. Ama Uku is where we take town decisions. That is where we settle disputes. That is after we have finished praying. Because each time we gathered at Amuku, we prayed. After praying, then if there was anything in town, any problem or any discrepancy, we settled it there. So when you made mention of this city gates and how our people have sold out these spots to foreign migrants, I knew exactly what you meant. Very, 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 very right about that. And then this takes me to the way we have lost our market days and how we respected these market days. You touched that aspect also. There are certain market days that we, as in the traditional market days, the AKO we are from, that we don't even go to farm. And as a matter of fact, when we worked in line with these principles, we are having everything in abundance, right from our local beans, which we call akede, to oil, to any kind of food that even our natural resources are still functional. Our local rivers produce salt. We got water from the river, processed it to salt. We had everything. We never depended on any ethnic group to send us anything. So we respected the land, we respected the custom, and then the land blessed us abundantly. You see, so having all these things, you see now, if we need anything, most times it's from other tribes that the things we eat come because we have moved away from the fundamentals of our forefathers. And this is stated to what you said about witch doctors. Witch doctors, yes. When you made this one, when you said this one too, I understood everything. Because the witch doctor is the structure or the effect of doctors, native doctors, because you say native doctor, it becomes satanic. Native doctors that do killing, as you said. Yes, that is true. I think that much as killing is there, I can say, okay, that one is not something we should praise. But I want somebody to tell me the difference between these native doctors and several other Western doctors or those such as scientists or medical activists that invent HIV.
The point I was making on that aspect, I said the same way you have different angles of Western medical doctors like optician, gynecologist, and orthopedists, the rest of them. I said that is the same way we still have different kind of native doctor. We have the one that is responsible for killing. That is their job. But even though those ones were allowed to live in the community, we have a system of authority that can command the king as well as Ezemo. There is somebody who have the mandate to rebuke the king as well as that evil native doctor. They allow them to exist. That is why when problem come, they will go and ask that evil native doctor. We have evil. We are not running away from it. They say, are you responsible for the death of so person? He will say no. The community will know that this is a foreign attack. They will get ready. But if he say yes, he's the one, he will answer question. And if the ground upon which that thing is done is not justified, he and the person that hired him, both of them are in trouble. They will pay serious fine to the community. I'm not going to say some of their cultures were actually good. Some are bad, but they were still under control.
Under control. Please. Okay, so what I'm saying is, can somebody tell me the how? Because when they say they are native doctors, irrespective of their own specialization now, they will say they are tetanic. That is what we hear in modern days. All the people that invented coronavirus, HIV, Ebola, what do they do to us? Are they heavenly? See, it is better we just please. See, when we say these things, it looks like playing. We need to go back to our roots. As you said it, we need to go back to our roots so we will be able to live like our forefathers lived. We will be able to at least have a lengthy life span or time. I could remember in one of my leaders' broadcasts, he said that at a point in time, some expansionists coming from country, they entered Biafra land and they never returned. My brother, that was when the land was really working for us. They entered there and the land swallowed them up. No carcasses was found, nothing. They never returned. So I don't see the reason why people will say, I didn't see this very return to your root program as something to play with. We are gone. No? I live in a town called Okwe. Okwe is in Delta State. I just left Opanam. Washi the other day. I know Abo very well. I know I've been in Delta State from 1992. So all these things they are saying that they kill somebody at Opanam and the youth went there to push them away, and now the traditional rulers are now against the youth. It's something that we experience. I mean, when they say Abo, they say Opanam. Opanam is just a stone throw from where I live. It happened real. We are finished. We have to get back to the roots so that we can have a divine protection from our heavenly God, and then our land. So I encourage my brothers to abide by the norms or by the teachings that you give them. It's prophetic. I tell you the truth, my brother. I wouldn't want to go further. I would like to drop so that some brothers or any other person that will run a call can call and make his own contribution. Thank you, Mazi Onyeibe.
Yes, thank you very much. And this is where we draw the curtain for this segment. And of course, do not go anywhere because I'm going to come back right after this timeout.
Biafra, in Biafra land. people to live. No wonder people they are free, no more pressure here to see. If you like, make me follow me, go. I'm gonna show you many things you will like. So be inside the Biafra life.
See me, I come from Biafra. See, I come from Biafra. I come from the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See me, I come from Biafra. Oh, I am from Biafra. Yeah, I'm proud of the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth.
I wanna go. Plenty things I see make me wanna go. No matter what the people say, no matter what they do. Biafra is my land full of good people. No matter what they do to bring us back. Forward ever, backward never. Let me hear you say freedom. Brother, let me hear you say freedom. Let me hear you say freedom. My sister, let me hear you say no freedom. Oh, yeah.
See me, I come from Biafra. See, I come from Biafra. I come from the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See me, I come from Biafra. Oh, I am from Biafra. Yeah, I'm proud of the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See, I'm the daughter of the Most High. We are the children of the Most High. Them are planning for our downfall, but the Most High is on our side. Gone are the days of misery. Truly, right now we are seeing victory. Hey, all I see is freedom. No matter what they do, we are gonna be free. Hey, I'm proud to be a Biafran, baby. I'm not ashamed to be a Biafran, baby. See me, I come from Biafra. See, I come from Biafra. I come from the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. See me, I come from Biafra. Oh, I am from Biafra. Yeah, I'm proud of the land of the rising sun. Is the land of my birth. I'm proud to be a Biafran.
Make way for all them and there. You don't call them and do them and have the vampires. Make way for them. This original them and there. For Abba provides there. You gotta put respect to our leader, Mazi Namdekano. May you go to that my bless and protect all Biafrans. We love Biafra. One love.
Danny, please on the beat.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
There are so many of them, and they are so exuberant, the Biafrans. Even the refugees sing, especially when they have just been told their homes have been recaptured and they can go back to them.
radio station.
You can't take away what God has brought for us. You can't take my life and say it's all over. The pain is in my heart. You killed us. Why you try to take my life? Why? This goes out to all the Biafran kids who were starved to death by the Nigerian government. by the Nigerian government for no reason. I say forgiveness is not in our dictionary. Nigeria must pay for this because we will not only remember the words of our enemy but also the silence of our friends. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra.
Biafra has no end. A people of courage, of strong heart and spirit, who will not be punished, who cannot be oppressed, who will continue to fight until they hold freedom in their hands. Long live Biafra.
Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh. God bless our leader, Mazi, Namdekana. God bless our supreme leader, Mazi, Onyeibe. God bless Biafra. God bless my country.
There are so many of them, and they are so exuberant, the Biafrans. Even the refugees sing, especially when they have just been told their homes have been recaptured and they can go back to them. They sing when they get their daily meal.
Yes, once again, welcome back, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Ukafomefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Ukafomefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one word I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind it, but one day we shall. He is, of course, standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the king of Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. He's the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. And by the special grace of Chukwu Kika Biama, I am George Onyeibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Every piece of land in Delta State. And like always, I must move ahead to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kika Biama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. Onye nwanyị ozitewo ndị mozi ya o kọgbapụta anyị ịmakwa n'ọnọdụ anyị na-emetụ ya n'obi, ọ na-emetụ ya obi mgbe niile. Eze anyị ga-adị ndụ, ọ na-adị ndụ lee onye nwe anyị. Ozitewo ndị mozi ya ka ọ gbapụta anyị, ịmakwa n'ọnọdụ anyị na-emetụ ya n'obi, ọ na-emetụ ya obi mgbe niile. Eze anyị ga-adị ndụ, anyị na-aja gị mma maka n'eziokwu na ịmara mma, ịhụnanya na gị, obiọma gị o juru anya dadio, inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma metụ anya ka gị Chineke, metụ anya ka gị onye nwe anyị metụ anya ka gị olileanya ndị nsọ, metụ anya ka gị Chimo, ekwekwo n'aka anyị jiri otu awe na, ekwekwo n'aka buru akpa ikpere alawa ekwekwo n'aka anyị were ọla were ama metụ anya ka gị Chimo. Ise. Of course, without wasting much of our time, we are just mere mortal, air and dust without the Creator. But of course, we understand we wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities and power. We wrestle against wicked spirit in the heavenly places. We wrestle against Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, and Saboteur. We wrestle against ignorance. We wrestle against carelessness. We wrestle against negligence. We wrestle against wickedness. But in the end, we were here before they came. And be rest assured, we will still be here after we have gone. Of course, without wasting much of our time on this segment, we go straight to our topic, which is simply titled, We Are Biafrans. I understand a lot of listeners don't even understand who we are, because we do not take much time to introduce ourselves. And I think I will take the liberty to do that this evening. Our topic is simply, we are Biafrans. We are not Nigeria. We have never been Nigeria, and we will not be Nigeria. The shackles of slavery upon us is a temporal one. And of course, how those who are trapped in the zoo called Nigerian decide to see this zoo dismembered will actually redefine how our future relationship will be. But for those who in their dream, they think they are going to conquer us, you have to rethink again. You have to rethink again. Like I said, our topic is simply titled, We Are Biafrans. As a people, it is very important that we cherish our culture, which is our heritage, and most importantly, being able to tell our story by ourselves. Most especially, being able to tell your story by yourself. I understand that as a student, if you want to catch up with your study, don't see them as a study. You'll be struggling with your academics. Your academics work. You'll be struggling with them. Because you can imagine where you sit in a class and let's say it's physics. And then they say define physics. You now begin to speak BB grammar. It makes educational work, academical work more difficult. But when you go to class, just look at your teacher and somebody telling you story. You will see everything they teach you will sink into your brain. Because even as a child, our ancestors introduced test by moonlight, storytelling. This was to enable every child develop a reasoning capacity. And under normal circumstance, when you sit among your friends and they tell you their encounter, what they notice, maybe from their house to the office, and they are telling you a story of a particular accident that happened on the way, you will notice that they will not forget one single information. They will tell you all of them. They will tell you as the vehicle tumbled, the one jump out, and this one happened. They will even add Jara. Why? Because this information got to them as story, not as education. And the more this information progresses, people will add their own pepper and salt. Of course, what I'm trying to say in effect is that when you are the one telling your own story, you will just present the story as it's supposed to be, as you want it to be. But when your enemies are the one telling you your own story, of course they can say anything about you. Bring a Yoruba person online now and say, what do you think about this Biafra? He said they are Biafran. They want to destroy our one Nigeria. They don't have any other thing to say. They are miscreants. Bring Hausa Fulani. How do you see IPOB? Oh, they are proscribed. They are proscribed. Terrorists without gun. But that is their own perspective or their own point of view. And of course, we are all Christians and we understand the implication there. Jesus understands the need to tell your story by yourself. And that is why towards the end of his ministry, he gathered his disciples and said to them, who do men say that I am? Jesus knows who he is. He does not need further introduction. But he wants to understand the perspective of people about him. Who do men say that I am? His tutored disciples responded one after the other. Oh, some say you are Elijah. Some say you are John the Baptist. Some say you are Moses. Some say you are one of the prophets. He said, good. Who do you say that I am? You have been with me all this while. Who do you say that I am? Until Peter said, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. And Jesus said, flesh and blood has not revealed this to you. Only our Father in heaven. Somebody in Britain, when you ask them, who are these Biafra? He said, don't mind them. They are greedy people. We are trying to help them protect their territorial integrity. Our territory integrity is more important to Britain more than our life. And so you get another story there. You ask America, who are these Biafrans? They are people Britain hold as slave all this while. Actually, this is their case. We are looking at how to look into it. Go and ask Israel, who are these Biafrans? They are claiming that they are Jewish people. Everybody will tell you. Go and ask Saudi Arabia. And they are, what is that name they call us? They are Nyamene. And then they are infidel. But that is their own opinion. Our people say, when lizard fall from up, nobody praise them. He go praise himself. And it is important, every Biafran child, man or woman listening to us, it is important you know who you are. When they say, you say, where do you come from? I'm a Biafran. Who is a Biafran? You know, say, we be slave inside Nigeria. We can't day inside Nigeria. We there for outside the West Africa. No. You start telling them that Biafra is an ancient kingdom. If you are in Germany, tell them Biafra predate Germany. If you are in America, tell them Biafra predate America. If you are anywhere, the only country that predates Biafra can be only found in Africa, including China and Japan. They could have been there, but we were here before they came and took over our land. You tell them with every degree of certainty that you know what you are saying. Don't even mention Nigeria there. We are located in West Africa region. Don't even mention Nigeria, because that name is cursed. But having said that, it is important you understand who we are. Because tomorrow now, these Fulani now, Janjaweed, they are tripping them into our land. Their mind is that Biafra is going to come immediately after coronavirus. So all those Alamajiri they are bringing in now, they will say, oh, we are Biafra, we are Biafra. They don't know DNA test is waiting for all of you already. DNA test, better DNA test. We know where we are going to deport you to, Ndiara. But of course, we must know who is a Biafran. Who is a Biafran? What makes you a Biafran? The point, like I was saying, our topic is simply, we are Biafrans. It is important that we remind ourselves who we are and who we are not. You must tell yourself, know the truth, who you are and who you are not. You know, in those days when our father wanted to talk to us, I remember one day my father called me. He said, see, my son, I can be a fighter, I can be a troublemaker, I can be this, I can be that, but there is one thing that I am not. I am not a thief. Single drop of thief, stealing is not in my blood. You see, stealing is not in my blood, and it cannot be in that of my son. You know, that was when we were going to steal sweet and tom-tom. You know, my mother sometime as a child said tinko and stockfish. So we just steal one. We are being sharp. But he said, no, you can't do that. But that is just by the way. We know who we are, and we should know who we are not. And sometimes it is good we tell them who we are. If Americans allow people to talk about their story, you will not like it. Many Americans will even write against America. But that is their business. And so we have to start by who we are not. As Biafrans are listening to me, understand that we know who we are and we know who we are not. Let us first of all look at who we are not. Number one, we are not domineering, but we are very ambitious. People say, oh, Igbos are domineering, Igbos are domineering. But you are the one coming to steal Igbo land. Oh, Igbos are domineering, they will domineering you. You are the one domineering the Niger Delta. You told they are domineering. Biafrans are not domineering, but we are very ambitious people. Ambition is a virtue when it enables us to strive and to excel. Don't you get it? And so when somebody says you are domineering, you tell the person, no, I am not domineering, but I am very ambitious. Because unlike other virtues, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control, ambition is also a virtue that if you allow it to work perfectly in you, it enables you to excel. And I tell you, everything that does not bear fruit will be hewn down. Nigeria is fruitless and must be hewn down. So when somebody says, oh, you are domineering, we are not. We have not dominated anybody. Don't deny it completely. Also remind them the truth. We are not domineering, like I said, but we are very ambitious people. Number two, we are not greedy, but rather we work very hard to get all that there is to get in any situation or circumstance. I was, they are very greedy. They are very greedy. No. We are not greedy, but we work very hard, very, very hard to get all that there is to get. We work very hard. It's not being greedy. Now, if you are a Christian and you understand the principle of sowing and reaping, and Jesus told the disciple, he said, three men went out to plant. At the end of the harvest season, one reaped 30 fold, another one reaped 60 fold, and then the third person reaped 100 fold. Now, Biafrans are people who reap 100 fold. If you check the first harvester who reaped 30 fold, and plus it to the second harvester who reaped 60 food, you will see that 30 plus 60 is 90. Two profit of two men put together is not even up to what one man made. We are not greedy. We just are ambitious people. We want to get all that there is to get. It is acceptable. Some people will say overtaking is allowed. We work extremely very hard to become the best of the best and the best of who we are. Don't you get it? Our children work very hard to go to school. They studied very hard. I got to a stage I become worried myself. A child of 3 years old, early morning he has gone to school. From school he will enter extramural lesson. From extramural lesson he will begin to do homework. From homework he will eat and sleep. As he wake up he is preparing for school. I look at these children and say, where are we heading to? 3 years old, waiting in the read. Almost 18 hours every day he is reading. What is he reading? But of course I will not discourage them. I continued. But while my son is working very hard, I am encouraging them to study very hard so they become somebody in future. There are some Alamajiri in the north, Fulani, all these hopeless people, they are destroying their own children. They give birth to little children. Look at all those Alamajiri they are pushing to Biafra land now. They are happy. In their mind, we are going to conquer somebody. But they don't know that their elders are destroying their life. We don't do that. We don't have Alamajiri in Biafra land. A cripple without hand and leg, even blind people, they give money. They work hard, they dash people money. If you see any Biafran begging, watch that person have Yoruba or Hausa blood. Begging is not in our DNA. I'm telling you the truth. While we are busy teaching our children to work hard in order to become successful, Hausa Fulani are turning their youth to beggar. Common beggar, putting them inside Dangote trailer. All these people, if they have sense, they will ask these people, Aerofi that are sending them to Biafra land, where are your children? Why are your children not inside this trailer with us? But they don't have sense. That is how they have reduced them to animal. So then they are coming to conquer their father. You people should not worry. But I won't digress further. We are not greedy, but we work very hard to get all that there is to get. Number 3. They say you are hater. You are hater. You hate people. We are not hater. Except that we have made up of our mind to respond to everybody who is attacking us. We are not haters. It's just that we have made up our mind to respond, to reciprocate to any form of evil coming to us. We have not hated anybody. We are the one loving. If I leave my line now, the people who have Yoruba blood and Hausa blood, they will attack me. Thank God me, I have Fulani blood. We are not haters. We are the lovers. We love Yoruba until the Chukuma Kaduna and Zogo carry out the first Igbo coup as they say. It's all because of Yoruba. We love one Nigeria, all to the extent. Go and look at all Obieze Kwesiri defending Buhari, even though Buhari is dead. We don't hate anybody. We have been hated so long, and it is time we respond, we reciprocate. Nigerians are not enjoying it, and they will never enjoy it until the end. Oh, IPOB are haters, IPOB are this. We are not all these things. We are just responding. Photosynthesis. Responding to stimuli. We are responding. What a man sow, he reap. Number 4. We are not Nigeria. Even though we are forced into this false entity called Nigeria, we are not Nigeria. Somebody can, but you are in Nigeria. Tell them you are not in Nigeria. A leader says somebody just came, a drunkard, Frederick Lugard, in a company of a prostitute. Yeah, in Nigeria. And people have died to protect this creation, evil enclave called Nigeria. We are not Nigeria. Only criminals answer Nigeria. If you are good, you are good and fine. If you are a wonderful, nobody is in Nigeria. Biafrans are not Nigeria. Oh, we are all one Nigeria, our negotiable one Nigeria, our loving one Nigeria. We are not Nigeria. Don't you get it? That is the reason why we are here. And so if at the end of the day, we are not all this, it is important you understand who we are. Number 1 of who we are. We are the only people on earth that agree that we love money. Nobody loves money. If you want to know who we are the only people in the world that agree that we love money. Yoruba don't love money. Hausa don't love money. Only Igbo love money. But the people who don't love money, they want to die inside Onyeibe that does not belong to them. We are the only people that agree that we do what? We love money. We are the only people that have sense. Don't let anybody deceive you. When you are having discussion with somebody, they will say, you don't use Igbo sense. You don't use Igbo sense. I have never heard anybody say, you don't use Yoruba sense. Or you don't use Hausa sense. You will always hear them say, you don't bring Igbo sense. Some of you say, I decide they use Igbo sense. Are you not happy? Yoruba don't have sense. That is why they don't use sense. Hausa don't have sense. If not, they will be telling them, he don't use Hausa sense. He don't use Yoruba sense. But at least they acknowledge that you have sense. Forget about what they are doing now. So anytime somebody say you don't use Igbo sense, ask what of your own village? You now no get sense. I want to make you understand who we are. We are the only people that have traveled the world, both on land, on sea, and on air, without navigator. Biafrans are the only Homo sapien that have traveled the world, whether on air, whether in the land, whether in the sea, without navigator. People don't understand what we go through. Because somebody wants to say, who are you? I'm a Biafran. Who is a Biafran? I'm trying to explain to you who we are. We are the only people that have traveled the nook and cranny of the whole world. The world will bear testament without a navigating system. Somebody go wake up one day, then go day 3. Say, Nigerian, don't tire me. Maybe they raise 75,000. They don't enter motor to Lagos or to Cameroon. They don't cross border. They don't begin waka. In the midst of the journey, I have a younger cousin brother. As we're speaking now, he's in Germany and he's doing well. He's a cousin, son to one of my uncle. He was so tired of life that he couldn't wait any longer. The next thing we saw, he has sold his clothes. He has gone. The next thing, like 3 years later, he called us from Italy. After crossing Libya, he told us story how he do. He run between Italy and Germany. And what I cannot understand is how a 19-year-old boy can leave Abo and travel to Libya without navigator, without mother, without father. All those things beat my imagination. He traveled on the road in less than 6 months. He's there already. He stayed in the isolation camp, or what do they call this, their refugee camp, until he was able to, they endorsed him and he entered Italy. We are the only people. We just go somewhere we don't know anybody. The word bear testament. In fact, as a child, they will tell us, in school, anywhere you reach for this world, if you know see Igbo man, make you know say, they know they stay there. Because even though na hellfire, Igbo man they there. Even though na heaven, Igbo man they there. They used to tell us. So the world know who we are. They can be pretending. But next time when they ask you who is a Biafran, tell Biafrans are the people who travel the nook and cranny to the ends of the earth, in heaven and on earth, without navigator system. And now you are getting an idea of who we are. We are the most endangered species of Homo sapien here on this planet Earth. You can tell them, Biafrans are the most endangered species of Homo sapien. What did we do? God bless us with resources. Everybody wants the resources in Biafra land, but they don't want Biafra, so they want to kill us. Have you ever wondered why Biafra remained the first indigenous genocide that nobody wants to talk about? Have you ever considered the fact that Biafran genocide is worse than the Jewish Holocaust and nobody wants to talk about it? Have you wondered why when the issue of Biafra is raised, everybody is hiding? Because almost all of them are accomplished. But somebody say, don't say it, forget about it, it's past time, move ahead. How can we move ahead? Most endangered species. That is who we are. We are the people who have contributed nothing less than 25% of the development of every culture here on earth without developing our own land. We are the people. There is no civilization. There is no part of the world. You will not see a Biafran who have become part of the people who developed that society. It doesn't matter. China, Japan, Indonesia, Malaysia, America, Europe, everywhere we work to develop 25% of almost every culture in the world. But we are not allowed to develop our own. We are not allowed to develop our land. People don't understand. We are shouting, our people, bring your investment, come home. Oh, bring your investment, come home. But we know what is obtainable. The only investment Nigeria and British government will allow you to do in your hometown, in your village as a Biafra, is simple. Build hotel. They won't allow you to open company and industry. They will ask you to go to Yoruba land or Hausa land. Go to Abuja or you go to Lagos. Without that, you can't build any company or industry in Biafra land. We know. Except it's hotel. At least they can branch in the hotel, defy some of our girls and then continue. We know. But we want to believe that we need to take some necessary action to redefine our situation and circumstance. I challenge you, come from wherever you are and say you want to develop your land as a Biafran. They won't give you the license. They won't. Except you go to Lagos or Abuja. So when they ask you, who are Biafrans? Tell them we are the people that are developing other people's land, but they cannot allow us to develop our land. But be rest assured, it's not going to be very long. It's not going to be. May I remind you that we are the people who were involved in uncivil war. Genocide was carried out in Biafra land. Britain did their job very well to make sure that nobody talks about it. They were dispensing different kind of lie. Oh, there is famine. Oh, there is drought. Oh, it's just minor sickness. Oh, we are looking into it. And in all this, in 3 years of the war, like Dean Chukwuemeka Dimegwu said, necessity gave birth to invention. During those 3 years of horrific bond, we lived across the great chasm that separates knowledge from know-how. That is who we are. Ojukwu and his men were able. Ojukwu and his men were able to build rockets. They guided it well. Just a minute. Ojukwu and his men were able to build rockets. They guided it without going to anybody to help them. This is who we are. That rocket was guided far and near. In that 3 years of war, we were blocked without hope of international airport. But yet we maintain all our vehicles. The state of Biafra extracted and refined petrol individually in their backyard. We built and maintained our airport. even under the highest bombardment ever known to man. Yet we have the most busiest airport during that 3 years of bombardment. This is who we are. Despite the heavy bombardment, like I said, we recovered so quickly after each raid that we were able to maintain a record of the busiest airport in the continent of Africa. May I remind you who we are? That we were able to communicate to the world through telecommunication, without NTN, without Glo, without V-Mobile, without Nitel, because we were able to build our own local telecommunication through the ingenuity of our people. We were able to communicate to the world, and the world communicate back to us. This is who we are. We built an armored car, tank, of course. We modify aircraft from a trainer to fighter aircraft, from a passenger aircraft to bomber aircraft, in 3 years of freedom. We had broken technology barrier. These are things Nigerians don't want you to know, but this is who we are. In that very 3 years, of course, this is May, the year we remember this generation. In that 3 years, we became the most civilized, the most technologically advanced black people on the face of the planet Earth. This is who we are, Biafrans. Military cars that use palm oil as fuel. This is who we are. When it was taking time to have refined fuel in some area where you don't have oil well, our father harnessed palm kernel. They took palm oil. They will cook palm oil till it become fuel. They use it to drive cars, tanker, lorry. This is who we are. They cook palmy until palmy will turn to kai-kai, until kai-kai will turn to petrol. They use it to drive their motor. This is who we are. The famous Obunigwe, the only non-nuclear explosive device that generated 0.6 magnitude of Earth tumor without nuclear fusion. We made it in Biafra land here. This is who we are. And so when somebody is asking you, what is Biafra? Who is Biafra? You have so many things to tell them. But no matter what you tell them, it is as simple as reminding them that we are Biafrans. And there is no apology.
Yeah. Oh, we are Biafra. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. Where we saw the whole world, how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We resolve the whole world, how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Oh,
everywhere silent. Oh, we should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land because we love Biafra. Will die for Biafra. Oh, we are Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafra. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. I am a Biafran. I respect people, but I'm not afraid of them. And I want to use this little opportunity to address those that say that they want to know where I come from. I, Prof. Alison Akoma, I come from town called Nenu in Obingwa, Abia State, and my mother come from Akwa Ibom. I'm a man that believe what my father used to say, Mbere denyi dike, mbere deke jama dike, mbere denyi onye si na ya gweze, mbere deke jikwa na ameze. I so much believe in that word my father always used to say. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. Oh.
Of course, our message tonight is simple. Tell them we are Biafrans. When they ask you who are you, tell them you are a Biafran. Let them know what makes you a Biafran. We will not apologize for the phenomenon, Biafran phenomenon. We will proclaim it with pride. This is who we are. When Nigeria is telling, remember the war, remember the war, you think they fought any war. But we will come to look at those who fought us. But I'm just trying to remind you about who we are. There is no shame in the womb that gave birth to us. We cannot be ashamed for any situation or circumstance. We have found ourselves because we know in the end we shall emerge triumphantly. We shall emerge triumphantly. We will fight even to the last man standing. We will not give an inch to the enemy of Biafra. But let the world bear witness that we are not here to conquer anybody. We just want our life back. We are Biafrans. The people British government hate so much. The people that British government have become their Satan, their demon. But we are your destiny and we are your doom. Nigerian and her lovers. We Biafrans are your destiny and we are your doom. You will understand very soon. At this moment, our lines are open. And of course, I want you to tell me what makes us Biafran. I want you to tell me why you are proud as a Biafran. This is one thing Nigerian can never be proud of. We are Biafrans. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614. We understand the precarious situation we have found ourselves. But do not let that thought leave your mind for a single moment that in the end we are Biafran. Nothing more, nothing less. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Good evening, Mazi. My name is Simon and we're calling from Ameria, Spain.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Oh, hey, Biafrans. Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. Mechuku Okike Abiyama, Ekekerowa. Bless every IPB family members all over the world. Bless our able leader. Bless all the whole IPOB leadership. Anywhere you are working, spreading this message, Bokike protect and guide every one of us. He said, Mazi Onyeibe, your topic this night, that where it is, go back to your roots. I send you one comedy this thing. We must go back to our root, who we are. We are Biafran. I am a proud Biafran. Mazi Onyeibe, we are not apologizing. We have no explanation. We owe no apology to claim it, who we are, because we know who we are. We are ancient people. We are Ndubo. The world even belongs to us. Mazi Onyeibe, do you know that we Biafrans, we own this world up to China, up to Japan? Sometimes we don't know who we are. Igbo people have even ruled up to Japan. We have the history where we have all the files. You know, all this system killing, uprooting the indigenous population all over the world. It has been going on for thousands of years. It's like when you said during your previous section, you said that section, you said we are the only people that have traveled all over the world
without navigating system. Without navigating system, we traveled the earth. Our leader was broadcasting one day.
We are under the sea. We are under the water. We are everywhere. They know why. Do you think they don't know why they don't want us? Mazi Onyeibe, 2012, one man don't look at me. He said they don't want. People know us more than us. 2014, when we started this journey newly, this struggle, you know, white people, there are some of them, when they see you, they don't know what to do. They will just tell you something and move. They say they don't want to see another Japan. Do you know, when you talk about our tradition, because African tradition, our way of life is real, pure and nature. 2003, I was in Austria. One man, he met me one day in the school where I was doing that time touch course newly. This man, he put all this our artifacts, egoire, all this in the call egoire. He have it many old. I was looking at this man, white man, because I normally ask questions. I start coming close to him. I ask him questions. He asked me, where did I come from? Immediately I say Nigeria. That time, he asked me my traditional name. Immediately I told him my traditional name. Do you know what he told me? He said we should go back to our place, that will have everything. He started explaining to me about all this, our way of life. But what is our problem? We went and took everything our enemy gave to us.
Our problem is that Yoruba and Hausa want all of us to die inside one Nigeria. Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, they want us to die inside one Nigeria.
But the game don't over now. The job don't knock. It don't knock. The job don't knock. The main problem is this: we took the God of our enemy. Since we accept Christianity, this is the thing that made them to enslave us. Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Your teaching is going out. there was a dream I have about you. I think about around 2-3 days. I sent you a voice message. There will be a time they will call you. Will be speaking to the world. It's coming. Because they think we're not gonna. I think they created all this law. At least it is released. They are still chasing all those Nazi war criminals and prosecuting them. There will be a time a witness will come. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Oh, hey, Biafra. But we are Biafran. We don't want to change it. We are not begging anybody about it.
Thank you very much. We are Biafrans. No two ways about that. Proclaim it with pride. Proclaim it with pride. Tell them you know who you are. Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, Mazi.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Mazi Onyeibe, good evening. My name's Mazi Mwabweze Akota. I'm from Amandoba in Isu LGA, Biafra land. Mazi Onyeibe, I followed your topic this night already.
So much noise coming from your background.
Okay, let me change my position. So, is that clear now?
Better. Go ahead.
Okay. So, on that, from your topic this night, back to our roots and what makes us Biafra. I remember one particular thing. There's something that I remembered. When I was arrested, that was in the year 1987. I was arrested at Stateside Owerri. From there, they took me to Alabo, Lagos. Immediately, we arrived at that station, Alabo, that anti-robbery squad. The first people that met us, do you know what they said? That time, I haven't come across anything about, or nobody have been telling me that I'm a Biafran, you're a Biafran. The first police people, immediately we arrived there. What they said, the policeman said, Biafra, welcome to Nigeria. I don't understand what that man mean. Because I was arrested with my sister. They said, Biafra, welcome to Nigeria. We welcome you, Biafrans, to Nigeria. It's now I understand what that people were saying then. Now I understand. All of them that are doing this rubbish know that we are the original people. They know that there is nothing they can do, but the little opportunity they have to manipulate on us, they have to use it so that they will subdue us. But at the end, they fell because they failed to realize that no matter what you do to the Biafrans, Biafra will rise and stand. Still the Biafra. You can delay the destiny, but you cannot stop it. So, Mazi Onyeibe, what I want to say this night is about what they are doing. They are still doing what they are doing because I don't have any time to pet anybody or to tell anybody he's doing well. But for the fact that all these things they are doing, they are receiving the punishment. I say, may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to punish them because all of them that made Biafra to cry, that made Biafra to go walk on the street like people that have no mother and father. All of them are facing the same difficulty and pain. Now, in other states, each time you on radio, what you will hear from NCDC, that we have a new confirmed case of COVID-19. Today, COVID-19 in Nigeria have rise to 1,000 in number. Tomorrow, if you on radio, they will say that we still have another confirmed case of COVID-19. Then I call the radio and ask them, how long can you quarantine or examine person to know that that person have contacted that COVID-19? They say that it's 2 weeks, which is 14 days. I asked the man, these people, each day we on radio, say that you have got a new case of confirmed case of COVID-19. Are they into that isolation center before this time, or you people just made them on the road? The man made them on the road. The man cut me off. This is to tell you that they are using this COVID-19 to eat money. They are using it to intimidate people. Because I know for the fact Nigeria cannot be able to give common light for past a year, and then I'm using generator. For the fact Nigeria cannot be able to give common light, road, our governor here, he built common street road, can take him more to build, but in his own private house, he will not, at least within 2 weeks, his own private house is finished and they will pack in, but they are still punishing us. So, Mazi Onyeibe, what I'm saying is this: whatever they are using against us, I am very happy that our Lord, our Savior, I call it the Biafran Savior, our director, this time is doing the whole thing he have to do for the restoration of Biafra. Although Biafra have been restored, it's about for these witches and wizards to be removed from the way. So, Mazi Onyeibe, please, may Chukwu Okike Abịama bless you. And what I'm telling you, in Abana, the radio is not clear. The road is not clear. So when it's come, it go. When it come, it go. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Our people must understand that in the end, we are Biafra. Nothing more, nothing less. Caller on the line.
Hello.
Good evening from here. Please move away from your radio set.
Thank you. May God bless you. I am calling you from Onisha. My name is Mazi, but I have from my born state. You see precisely. You see in the Biafra land. Hello?
Go ahead, the word is listening.
Thank you, Onyeibe. Mazi, what I want to let the world know is that there is nothing like Nigeria. Come late constant, Abịama have done it. Whether people doubt it, or they take it, or they leave it, Biafra must come, and Nigeria must go down. It's on February 2016, Abịama revealed to me the true Nigeria, what is called Nigeria. And I saw it as a tree, and that tree was very dry. There's no even cover. There's no branches. I heard a voice say to me that I should look at my right-hand side. Immediately, I looked at the right-hand side like this. I see fire burning on that tree. I woke up. Though I am not sleeping, I begin to relate to my wife that Nigeria have gone. So people that are going on praying for Nigeria, doing this or that, they are wasting their time because God had mandated us to live. And there's nothing on this earth that will stop us. Whether Fulani, Hausa, whatever they call themselves, whether British or whatever they call themselves, they cannot stop the project of God. I am very happy to speak with you this night. I've been trying this line all the time, but it's very difficult. But today I have got you, and I'm saying that Abịama will encourage you, encourage our deputy, encourage our team leader, Mazi Nnamdi. People are wishing him dead, or even all of you. But all I know is that whatever that they wishes to you people, or even to us, they will also receive it with 100-fold. That is the word of God. Whosoever that's hoping this Zoo country, that person is shaping a secret ground, because there's nothing like Nigeria. So at a appointed time, God is going to make name for himself. I want to stop here.
Thank you very much.
To guide you and give you more knowledge and sense.
Thank you very much.
I pray. Okay.
Yes, caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Yeah, I got to remember Biafra land. Good evening from Warsaw, Poland.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Take off first, and I appreciate you. The line are too noisy. Mazi, every other protocol are duly observed. I remain okay for no see what I miss for Warsaw, Poland. I hear from Omaka. Omaka is in our province of Biafra land. Mazi, talking about reincarnation, talking about we Biafra, Mazi, I think I am the first after director, because director is 67, we are 68. We are Biafran born during the war. And Mazi, one thing about the Biafrans, Biafrans are the people that are only in Biafra land, they have for reincarnation. People who are reincarnated, no other country, even where we are, is only in Biafra that we have people who are reincarnated. Those of, and even by our name we answer, no man, all those things. Nedima, Lotana, Wafumwachita, all these things are names signifying that I wabo the people meant Biafrans. We had the call Biafrans. It's only our names. And we are the only people that answer such name. We are incarnated. And Mazi, another thing of importance this night, I saw an article here right now. The Madagascar president is pulling out of World Health Organization and EU this night, and is calling all African countries to do the same now, because the man is very annoyed, because they discovered this coronavirus medicine, but Europeans are not refuse because it's coming from Africa. The man is encouraging all African countries to pull out of World Health. All of them in every organization, they should pull out and go and build their nation. Mazi, this is to say that whatever we are doing is entering, and we appreciate it and we love him. And we tell that man, the Madagascar president, to keep it up. Biafra, Africans are waking up. Mazi, Biafra, we are the only people. We are the only people all over the world that we can survive no matter the situation we are into. Mazi, right here, people here don't stand the pressure. They will go and commit suicide. They will go and enter train to kill them. But Biafra, we suffer everything. We can survive in any ground. We are all over the world. Some of us went with the food. The first missionary journey in Europe, we went from Turkey to Bulgaria, Bulgaria to Greece. We came with legs. We call it Ikiki. It's only Biafra that does that. It's only Biafra that can survive in anywhere, and nothing depends, nothing fears us. We are very, very optimistic. We have a target and we meet it, despite the costs, whatever it will take. Mazi, I love my people, and in 100 generations to come, I will be a Biafran. And that is why we are giving everything we have to make sure we utilize our land. We are very, very fanatical about this thing we are doing. We are radicalized. We are men of valor. We have no fear, and we are getting there. And we thank God for Martin Nandi Okukalo. He's born 67, the day Biafra was named, for you to know the kind of people we are. So anybody thinking that they can buy us over or we can let her deviate, it's not possible. We are determined people, and nothing will stop us. I thank Ekeko that we are there. Matt, on that note, let me tell my beloved people from Imo State, I am still waiting for their receipt, because what is at stake? Please call the number +48739 672 638 if you are from Imo State. No matter where you are coming from, your province in Imo State, your town, your village, call this number. As long as you are from Imo, please, we want to make sure that you are getting Radio Biafra. Our mothers, they are getting Radio Biafra. And above all, and lastly, put your volunteers in, put your local vigilantes in order right now. It's a must. Go and organize their people, your town now. Put your vigilantes in order, because Onyeibe has said it. Every volunteer in Biafra land, tonight, you don't sleep at night. So please wake up. Agwa the Nakreka, Agwa Batagwa Bata. Nah, is within us. We let us not allow this thing to happen in our Biafra land. Our forefathers did it for us. They gave us life. And Chukwu can do it again. Imagine Nandikal is here, directing us. Let us follow whatever he's telling us, and let us defend our land. Put whatever you have to make sure we protect our mothers, we protect our land. At the end of the day, good night from here. Okay, foreign. Thank you for watching it.
Our people must understand, we are Biafrans. The only name that is making Nigeria to be afraid. Once you mention Biafra anywhere, we are Biafrans. They must know it, they must accept it, and Biafra will be free in the end, whether they like it or not. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
You say,
He say one Chineke Shalom. Good evening from here. Yeah, my name is Echezuna, calling you from Abagana. Abagana is in Ijikoka. Ijikoka is in Amambara. Amambara is in Biafra land. First of all, let me thank Biafra for what I've been doing just for Biafra, for the life of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi and our deputy leader, Mazi of Car from afar, and the life of our brother Onyeibe, the one is on the studio right now, and the life of all Biafrans who working assiduously to make sure that Biafra is restored. I say, Biafra give us the strength, give us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be restored Biafra, and Biafra will come at the end. We must take our Biafra back home. In the name of Chukwu, See, if I continue, I want to sing a song for our leader. I want to repeat a song for our leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ọmarịcha nwa Chineke nyere ụmụ Biafra ka o wetara anyị ala anyị wụ Biafra. Mazi Kanu tanta, iji ụkwụ ya tanta, okwu ọnụ ya bụ mizan, brenu ya kọmputa, iji ụkwụ ya tanta, okwu ọnụ ya bụ mizan, nke na-achịgharị ndị zu ha ji agbagharị okirikiri. Mazi brother Onyeibe, do you know that our leader voice is mizan? Yeah, if you type in Google, the highest missile in the world that stays in Nigeria is leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only man who makes Nigeria run as artist theater. The only man who makes Afro to break into pieces. The only man who destroy Nigeria and bring them down to their knees. The only man who make Nigeria so that they don't know anything to do again, to send their brothers who don't know anything to come and attack the Biafrans. They must die on their way coming. They will not see, but then forget that who we are. That our blessings from our father, our father Jacob, is that they will attack us and will attack our attackers. They know that Biafra has never paid for war, and the Biafra is not fearing for anybody. Biafra is the one that holds the world, and Biafra is the one that controls the world. So, in the one I'm saying this evening is to tell our brothers in here, in Anambra, in Abagana here, to keep it up and keep it on. They are trying, they are very resolute to be vigilant. It is time for everybody to be vigilant and be watching and making sure that everybody is secure. Everybody has to become vigilant group now. Everybody has to become vigilant. Working, because these people, they can come up at any time, but you must defeat them because we are not going back. There is no going back, my brother. We say that we are standing shoulder to shoulder with you people. Since 2014, we are here and there's no going back. We have never give up and we can never give up. Not to this end that we will give up. So I'm encouraging you, my brother, for your lessons that you are giving to us. You are preaching us. We say, may you give us more about it. And there's one thing I want to beg to be one of them. I said to him, that thing for that day, about that Udako. I want you to teach us the way to make that Udako and the other. I don't forget the other one name. So I want you to help us to give us how to produce it, because you know sometimes when you say some things, you help us to show us the way to make it, because people, many of us, don't know how to make it. Yes, because it's very important.
By the grace of God, I will teach you next week, hopefully.
Okay, thank you, man.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Our people must understand. It is simple. It's only one thing that is causing this problem. We say we are Biafrans. They say, no, you are Nigeria. And we that are Biafrans, some of us don't even know who we are. And so tonight, it is a privilege to remind you who we are. In case somebody asks you, who is a Biafra? Don't let them tell you otherwise. Can you hear me? Caller on the line. Caller on the line.
Hello.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Isaiah Mboka. I'm calling from Oka, Unit 1. Mazi, I'm very, very thankful for what your people are doing. I'm actually the able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to put the Indibo one. I'm actually alone. If I'm going alone, I am not even known. Mazi, I'm going to go coordinator, or unit coordinator number. Because in my hometown, we're a unit here.
You will have to go through your coordinator.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Okay, thank you, sir. My name is Obunayoke David. I'm calling from Lometogo. Mazi, we are Biafran, and nothing can make us to be one Nigeria. We are not a Nigeria. We are Biafran. Hello, sir.
Go ahead, the world is listening. Of course, we lost that caller on the line.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, sir. Do you know that you say that doing that in all the days that these people used to use palm kernel oil and do a lot of things. You know that in this Benin Republic now, as I'm talking to you now, there is one Reverend Father from Owerri. This man is a farmer. Do you know that this man tell Nigeria people for them to give him land for it to come and do farm in Nigeria? These people refuse to give this man this land. But do you know that the government of this Benin Republic give this man, if you see the place this man is built, all people all over the world used to come to this Benin Republic. This man used urine and the shit. I don't know how he used to make it to make light. He's not even using light or solar energy. He himself is using what God has bestowed on him to make light. This shit we are shitting, even the urine also. This man, if everybody that used to come to his place here to come and learn for this man, even if UN give this man diplomatic passport, this man used to go. All the Nigerian people here now, even if in this Benin Republic, this man is the highest farmer. He's from Owerri. If you see this man, what this man is producing in this Benin Republic, you will marvel. You will, even if there is a time this man travel to his hometown, they want to kidnap that man. It's God that made this man to escape, to come back. If you see what this man built in this Benin Republic, this republic, they didn't even take this man to pray. All the workers, everybody, even if this former governor of Anambra State, I forgot, not Obiano, the one that gives this Obiano this thing. He said his guys, they come this Benin Republic to come and learn. If you see, all over the world, they are coming in this Benin. If you like, anytime IPOB do this thing, let them, for you people to take eyes and see what this Biafran man is producing in this country. He's going to be using fertilizer or something like that. He's using national manure. God has given this man this thing. I'm telling you, some will stay 3 months, some will stay 5 months in hotel paying. But it's something that is paying Nigerian people for them to give him land to it. They refuse. And now they are seeing what this man are doing now. Now they are calling the man. It's already late. I'm telling you, this man is making us this proud in this country, Benin Republic. I'm calling you. I'm telling you the truth. Thank you, my brother. That's what I say. Let me tell you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is why we are Biafrans. 3 years, Biafrans was isolated from the rest of the world. They were able to manufacture a rocket. They guided it well. They were able to make telephone. They communicated to the world and the world communicated back to them. These 3 years of genocide. Biafra Airport in Imo State was the busiest airport in Africa. They were able to recover after every bombardment. Even after the war, in less than 10 years, the economic GDP of the Biafran nation, beat all of them in Africa. This is who we are. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, Mazi Onyeibe, may your days be long.
Good evening from here.
May the Lord of Biafra, Chuko Kekadama, be your guide, some protection. I thank for your life. With the wisdom of the God, with his infinite mercies imparted in you, with the knowledge you have been dishing to Biafrans, from you. You see, I'm living in Japan. My name is Ichie Nkokwa. In 2005, that's what I'm just picking up a point from going back to our roots. From that area I am coming at. So in 2000, what is holiday here? That is their Golden Week, which always lasts 7 days. So I went out in the streets. That's a bar. So they start playing Bob Marley, Slave Driver. So I see one white man there. The way he was singing to that song, because I thought that the white people, this music is against them. So when the man was singing that music and he was flowing with the music, sipping his hot, I go close to him. I said, man, where are you from? He says he's from Israel. I know, because within me, I know that we Biafrans, we are good to be told that we are from Israel. And not only that, I am a Christian too. So I hugged him. When I hugged him, he now held my hand. He said, where am I from? I said, I'm from Nigeria. He said, are you a Muslim? I said, no, I'm a Christian. He turned and looked at me. He said, what my father is worshiping before I become a Christian? I said, my father is a Christian. He said, what of my own grandfather? So I was ashamed to say my father won't know your more. He said, I don't know how to put it. He said, beggar or whatever. What the man told me, I should go back to my roots. What that thing my grandfather is worshiping is what made me who I am. Oh, if it is now, with this knowledge you have been imparting us, with our leader and the color have made us to know who you are. That man, I could have taken his contacts. I could have related to him. Maybe you could have teach me more. Maybe the way you are speaking now, we should be bold to be talking this way. This man told me, that was 2005. He told me that what is my grandfather? What are we worshiping? He now asked me, who colonized us? I said, it's Britain. He said, it's Britons that bring Christianity to us. I said, yes. He said, that thing that my grandfather is worshiping, that's what makes me who I am. That I should go back there. Mazi Onyeibe, this is a true life story. I am not concocting anything. And what again I want to say again, please, I don't want to take your much time. This Fulani they are bringing to us, this is not Alamajeri. These are the Boko Haram. The people of Chad are disconnected and sent away. So they are stranded now in the northern side. The people who used to feed them, people who used to use the money of the resources that do come from Biafra land and give to them. Abakari is no longer alive. Buhari, what they call Brutai, is nowhere to be found. Jubril, because this is the army they are using to uphold themselves. So now these boys are stranded. There's nowhere for them. Most of their arms, the Chadan government have taken it from them. So they are coming to our place to occupy there as Fulani, because after they get a grant, we have to stay. They will know what to do. Their people from the north begin to back them up. But then that the north is not conducive for them to stay. Alamajeri is within the 8 years, 7 years to 10 years. After years, they're off the streets. They're hooligans anywhere they are. So let us people in Biafra not to see these people as Alamajeri. This is an able men, 37 years, 32 years, 29 years. So let us not to say it's the Amajeri. They're not Amajeri. Please, these people are foot soldiers. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Yes, you are on point, but thank you very much. But at the end of the day, they will know we are Biafrans. We have been praying, let them come. All their number, let them come. There is no border, there is no gate. Let them come. No problem, no problem. They are born to rule, Abi. No problem. There is no problem. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Mazi Onyeibe.
Good evening from here.
Mazi, we go to Stadium at the radio. Biafrans all over the world. Let every human being on this planet Earth bear witness today with the spirit of May 2020. Okay. And with that, I said before, all we are Biafrans. That is why we bear the name of Tupo Tikabiama. But we have said, make us, chapter 6, verse 8, 10, and 13. Very, very important. Read it from 1 to end. If we obey Tupo Tikabiama, they discipline us. This generation has taken a decision to return back to that Tupo Tikabiama. Psalm 24, the creator of the whole universe. Genesis chapter 1, where the spirit is going to move around the world. He said, let that be light. Darkness was there, he never changed it. But every human being on this planet Earth, there is a place to say, Adam and Eve deceived Adam. I said, Buhari, you cannot deceive my leader. Zechariah chapter 5, remains your best thing. Zechariah chapter 5, the most wickedness of this planet Earth. You want to come and see something that we are even husband. Better than the one you are there. From now you can get up this man. By the only money, not allowed. People don't care. The most. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 17. His creation. Governors, governors with that, you come and one day, what we own, I get for no. On your Pulama, they came when you're opening with a report in the ocean, and money, I will land or stop and be told, or I got on Dara. Then I told the room morning at time, I started the first and I said, my body for now. Also on that day, I told you the air, or blood day like the other men, I tell you that I have to fight the chair. Just from this minute to no black to very vigilant. We are going to honor apologies in Trump. Not with the men in America. They are waiting for virus to stop. And these people are using it for family. So they are carrying their heads everywhere, waiting for the last. Tell me at the top of the recommencing. But if you people attack the goodness of the flag of Biafra, can you continue to play? Let us just see you people. Let the blood. Then pretend you will be shot down. They don't care for it. Not for agenda. Only never know they know what. People like that and Biafra. But I mean, they support the Dawota camera. Kind of Dawota. Can't flag acquire. On camera, you can appreciate it. You can not be there. On camera, oh, you're blessed to Biafra. Oh, yes, Biafra.
Everybody must hail Biafra. Thank you very much. Call on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp.
Oh, hey, Biafra, Mazi, Onyeibe. My name is Kesilos Riba. I'm calling you from Morocco. Ohamadike. I'm always happy since yesterday till now. My deputy, every principal officer. George Onyeibe, what makes me call? I want to remember you, your position when Biafra comes. DNA test officer. My dear, you are powerful. You are too much. Oh my God. I'm telling you, he made it possible and he did it. Every angle you are making it all right. My dear brother, honestly, I'm full of joy with your word every morning, every night, every afternoon, every time I got your message. Honestly, I'm not even in my life to expect somebody from that such a tribe there to become a sitting table like this. My dear, Biafra is a spirit, honestly speaking. And the same thing here, an Akwa Ibom man now will come out. Hey God, we will see what? The same thing to others, the same thing. So my brother, we are not practicing Ogomo. This is a tag, like how they tag us terrorists. That is what white people do. We are practicing the old method of Judaism. Jidogu, Jidofo, my dear brother, is aware of our life. And here, in this platform, Radio Biafra, we worship. No going back. Mazi George Onyeibe, keep it on. Keep it on, my brother. Keep it on.
Thank you very much.
And your eyes, yes, your eye being to these Fulani people in that bush. I did not see any reason why some Fulani will love to live in Aso Rock, some will like to live in bush. That they are deceiving themselves. We need to push these people out from every look of color of our bush, so that our mother will go back to farm. If not, we are going to die in hunger. They know their plan, and we will not accept. And we will not take it. Oh, hey, Biafra, keep it on.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
I am here. Mazi Onyeibe, good evening.
Good evening from
Thank you so much.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is JC Mwoke. I'm calling from Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. I just want to let you know that I've been listening to your radio broadcast, especially with regard to the Back to Your Roots message that you passed on to us. I was listening spellbound, and every single thing you said is completely true. I remember as a child growing up back in the village, how we use something called ntoroba. Ntoroba is something that is used to demarcate boundaries. It's a special kind of tree. Like you said, it is special. Only those eyes that are seasoned, that know the customs and traditions, know exactly which one it is that separates one person's border from the other, person's boundary from the other. So, and a lot of stuff that you mentioned, like when people wanted to kind of keep their stuff, like their yam or even firewood that you have collected from the bush, and you put them at the wayside. You can put omo, which is like a palm front, or even okute, like you mentioned, and put it there. It could be there for ages. Nobody would touch it. It is because we've left our customs, our traditions. You could be a Christian, still being a Christian, but you still have to follow your tradition. So I thank Almighty God for giving you the knowledge and the wisdom to bring us back to our roots. And I'm asking all Biafrans that the hour has come. The hour has come. It is time to be bold. You all hear me? It is time to be bold. They should be afraid of us, not us being afraid of them. You should be bold. This responsibility to regain our fatherland is on our laps. We cannot run away from it. Whether you're in America, in Britain, in the Far East, all over the world, as long as you are aware of what's going on today, it is time to be bold. Let's all come together. Organize yourself wherever you find yourself. Call your omona. Don't be afraid. Call them. Sensitize them. And let's all join hands together. We shall get there. Mazi Onyeibe, may God continue to bless you and your family. What you do, each one of us has what they do for Biafra in our own enclave, we should continue to do those things that we're supposed to be doing. Mazi Onyeibe, I am running full steam ahead with our project. It's on course, and we shall get there. All hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. We must continue. Caller WhatsApp, are you still there?
Hello, good evening, George Onyeibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Oh, how are you doing, sir?
God is faithful.
I'm so glad to hear that, sir. George Onyeibe, my name is Nnamdi. I am calling you from Aba. I'm a member of IPOB in Power Line Zone 2. George Onyeibe, I have been blessed with all of your topic, which is saying going back to our roots. This is who we are. We are Biafrans. There is no two ways about it. They have deceived us a lot. And it is a time for us to wake up from our sleep and return back to our roots. This is where we find who we are. I'm also encouraging every member of IPOB, especially those in our zone, Power Line Zone 2, and also Power Line Zone, to continue keeping faith, because at the end, Biafra must surely come to pass, and all must hail Biafra. George Onyeibe, all the teachings you have been giving to us, I mean, it's amazing. I'm assuring you of that. It's amazing, helping us to remember things we have forgotten. All this white man, both the British, with the help of Nigeria, they have really dealt with us. That even made us to begin to see ourselves as evil people, whereas all of our tradition, all of our cultures are the best in the world. Our director has been hammering it all the time, telling the whole world and most of our people here in Biafra land that we are the choosing people. We are the owner of this earth. The other day, our director was making it clear that the center of this earth is in Biafra land. And people don't believe it, but it is the truth. Even the British, they know it. I remember one day, one of the broadcasts our director made, he said that he went to British government and asked them concerning about the zero latitude and long latitude. I don't know if I'm right with that. He was asking them, the one they removed, where can it be located? And when they saw that for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Khan, because they know that he's a brilliant man, for him to ask such a question means that he knows something. That's why they couldn't lie. At the end of everything, the letter told him that it can be found. What director was asking them can be found in one of the ocean in Biafra land. So which means Biafra is the center of this earth. That's why none of them want to talk about Biafra. None of them want to give us support because they have seen what we could become. What our veterans, our war heroes did during Biafran war amazed the whole world. That's why they are scared of Biafra. And they must always remember and know that the coming of Biafra, just like our leader have already said, can be given by Chukwu Okike Abiyama. It's in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. The Nigerian government may do their worst, but we are assuring them that Biafra must stand, and Biafra, all of them must help Biafra at the end. We are not afraid of what they are doing, bringing Alamajiri in our land. Actually, those guys are foot soldiers, but they will experience what the land of Biafra is made of. What you are teaching us concerning going back to our roots is amazing. And I'm assuring you that our people are really, really waking up. We must go back to our roots. That's where we belong. That is who we are. I am proud to say that I'm a Biafran. Very, very proud of it. I don't know about other people. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of saying it. Everybody that knows me around where we are staying knows that. I'm fully proud of Biafrans. I'm not ashamed of my identity. Nigeria is a fraud. And it is a time for them to carry their Nigeria and go back and give us Biafra, just like our leader Mazi Nnamdi Khan have said. And I pray that God will continue to sustain our leader, protecting him from the evil ones. All of you that are championing this cause, both those in DOS, Directorate of State, all the leaders. My prayer goes to all of you. Keep up the good work. We here in Biafra land, we are not giving up. We will give you all of our best whenever a call is made.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Yes. Call on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello. Hello, George Onyeibe. Good evening.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Adam from Amoya. I greet you. I greet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Uche Mekwa, and all other Biafrans. Nowadays belong. Your topic is very nice. Yesterday I called, but I didn't get through. Talking about what made us Biafran. The list is endless. Going to talk about our self-esteem or climbing the Iroko tree with their hands. We believe in us. The never die hard spirit in us. The list is endless. We are proud of ourselves. We love ourselves. We help our neighbors. It's a popular verb in our place. There are so many of them. We love Biafrans. We are Biafrans. And Biafrans we will be. Thank you. All help Biafra.
Almost Hill Biafra. Thank you very much for your contribution, Ma. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here, Mazi. Good evening, Mazi.
Go ahead, please.
Good. Yeah, my name is Friday O'Hary. I'm calling from Zawiya City, Libya. Mazi, I want to thank you especially for the history, for the teaching you have been giving all Biafrans. In fact, I so much appreciate you, and I thank you, Kikabiama, for giving us a man like you in this time. I say, may Kikabiama continue to bless you and to strengthen you. Mazi, my contribution this evening is in regarding about the palm kernel oil, extraction. In our language, I am from Imo State, in Mbisen. I'm from Mbisen to be precisely. And in our dialect, I know had the thing eluake. And that eluake on our truth is used for conversion. I could remember those days when we are little kids. If any of my siblings they are having conversion and use that eluake and rub
that cream now, we call it udakon. It's what it can do. It's unbelievable. Go ahead.
Yes. In Mbise dialect, it's one in Mbise land. We use it for treatment of conversion. We equally use it for piles, to treat pile. Any child in area pile that time, I will read the loake, my anike and all that. And before you know it, everything will just disappear. So the thing is, it has a lot of potentials, very spiritual and physical potentials that a ward of evil spirit. And Mazi, I equally want to thank you and ask you if there is any way we can be getting the audios of this broadcast so that we can, pass it across to our brothers who are here. And I equally want to tell you that from your instruction when I chatted you on WhatsApp early this year, we've been able to open a unit in Zawiya City here, Libya.
Congratulations for that, and of course I can assure you any moment from now you people will be properly inaugurated. And as for your request,
thank you,
the broadcasts are on Radio Biafra page. If you go there you will get all of them. Okay. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you much.
We must continue. And of course, like I said, we are Biafrans. When they ask you, look at them and tell them this is who we are, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. This decision was not ours. This choice was not, we didn't make this choice. This is the perfect will of the Creator. We will not regret our actions. pity ourselves. We are not lamenting over what has been done to us. We accept all of them in good faith, and we say to the Creator that at the end of the day, in 100 lifetime, we still want to be Biafrans. But rest assured, Biafra will be restored in no time. Like our mommy said, he said we are Biafrans because of the undying spirit. I'm signing off from here. I say do have a pleasant night rest. And those of you who are on different time zone, I say do have a wonderful day. Tomorrow morning is just another day. I must take time to appreciate men and women who made it possible for me to come on air through Radio Biafra, irrespective as the fact that most of you don't even want your name to be mentioned. But yet, I extend my greetings to you. Biafrans appreciate you. I say thank you in Chukwokika Biama's name. He say, Honorable Nwaneya Abaloso.
Feel the vibes.